Welcome back, True Seeker. You might find this to be the most boring live stream I've ever done, or maybe it'll be helpful to you. I do this every week, and I've done this for over a decade, decode the NFL, and it's very time consuming. I'm not going to finish the whole thing today, but I'm going to show you what it entails. And I'll pin the link at the top of these videos for anybody who might want to join. And just a reminder of how dumb AI is. Look what happens when you ask Google AI if the NFL is scripted. I mean, that answer is off the charts on the bullshit meter. Of course, the NFL is scripted, and supposedly the AI is trying to tell you it's impossible when it's impossible for it to not be scripted based on what happens week in and week out in the National Fixed League with the repetitive scripts like 66 on Thanksgiving, which cashed hard again. Thanksgiving equals 66. Chiefs fall to 6-6, and so did the Ravens. Not to mention the Ravens lost to Cincinnati, which equals 66, and so does Baltimore Ravens. Again, you guys, be very careful using AI. It's obvious. It's not some internet thinking thing. It's obvious it's the same programming from the programmers and just another way to convince the dummies that they're getting some true information from some greater authority, which they're not. Here, let me drop into these two live streams that we're streaming on, and I'm going to make this the top pinned comment. If you guys want to drop in the back, you're welcome to come on and share, ask anything. You might have to be patient sometimes because it might take me a minute to look to see who's in the back room. If you've never done this before, it's simply just click the link once it's up, and then you just share your mic. You can share your camera too if you want to be on screen, but if you don't want to be on screen, you just share your mic. You can hear your voice. All right, let's see. I just got to do a little pinning here for the top pin comment so people know where to go. And let's see. All right, I got one pinned. And I got two pinned. I got to pin one more, and then we're good. All right, let's see here. By the way, congrats to the winners. Another day of taking advantage of rigged sports, which, yes, they are totally rigged, despite what the AI says. Wizards, major underdogs with a major upset narrative yesterday, a huge payout. And same with the Dallas Mavericks, major underdog versus the Nuggets. Great narrative to win, great payout. Again, you listen to AI, you're going to be led astray, no doubt about it. Let's see here. Let's see. This new thing that StreamYard does, splitting up the streams for cell phone users and computer users, I guess it makes it so you got to pin it everywhere. All right. If you're on Gematria Effect Sports, I'm getting it pinned there. I guess I got to pin it in 4 places. And how about those Carolina Panthers this weekend in the National Fixed League? It was all 13s if they beat LA in week 13. Sure enough, the NFL was super hyping Stafford and his record with Brady. Brady, who has a million parallels to the Rams in history. And what do you know? The Rams go down to the Panthers. All right. If you do go into the live streams, the top pinned comment should be the way to join. And I'm going to do this just from the ground up, even all the things I got to cut here. So there's about a million things we look at for these games. And what's funny is, the NHL, it takes me probably 1 to 2 minutes to decode an NHL game. And our NHL pick percentage is through the roof. It's actually a lot easier to decode the NHL, and it's a lot more lucrative at this point in the game. And I spend a tiny fraction of the time decoding the NHL as I do the NFL. NFL, I probably spend 20 to 30 minutes per game by the time it's all said and done. Whereas, like I said, in the NHL, it's 1 to 2 minutes, and we have a higher pick percentage in the NHL. The NHL is nice, too, because you get wins, losses, and points, and it's that points category that makes all the difference. There's 3 things to line up, and sometimes you just get these crystal clear alignments, or more than sometimes, actually quite often. Let's see here. So this NFL week, I think there's 4 teams on a bye week, which means there's 14 games this week, 32 teams in the NFL. Like NFL equals 32 like America. It calls itself America's game, which is fitting because pretty much everything in America is rigged, including the National Fixed League. Sync it right up with your rigged elections, your rigged news stories, week in and week out. Think that AI would be smarter at this point? You think when you answer the question, I'd be like, yes, it's absolutely rigged, and it's rigged along with your news and your elections. That's been proven for 12 years straight by yours truly. See this work right here. It's undeniable. Of course, that's not the way the AI is programmed. Everyone thinks this AI is just some free-thinking computer intelligence. No, it was made by man to do man's bidding. So... all right. By the way, for all you guys who aren't on the Patreon, who just start guessing at outcomes of games, you guys should be on the Patreon. I did the video yesterday on Donna Summer, and almost the first 5 comments were all about how the Giants were going to win last night. We didn't think the Giants were going to win. They did not have the narrative to win. And I can just tell it's just like most of the people who follow this channel, they don't support the work. They're just in the comments. Again, you come to that video as an outsider, you look like, oh, everybody in this community picked the Giants to win last night. It's like this might be a bunch of bullshit. It's like, oh, we didn't pick the Giants to win last night. Certainly not. It was very obvious the way the 11s were going to play on 12-1, 121, square root of 11. Patriots get the 11th win, not to mention they became 11-2 in Vrabel's 112th game. That's the coach of the team, as the Giants fell to 2-11. And we knew 17 was going to be a big theme because that was the score in both Super Bowls. Patriots start out 17-0. They literally had the game synced with Plaxico Burress, who wore 17 for the Giants when they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. It's crazy and that's how you can see just how rigged it is. I mean, even what's going on today is synced with the players who played in the league a decade plus. Week in and week out, just like that Cleveland upset last week. I gave that one to you guys for free before the game. Cleveland gets the big upset. Shedeur Sanders doing what no one had done since Eric Zaire, exactly 78 days after Eric Zaire's birthday in the Browns' 78th season when Shedeur was drafted 78 days after his birthday. I mean, just perfect scripts. All right, we still don't have anybody in the back. If you guys want to come on and ask questions, you're welcome to, because I'm going to be here for a while. Putting this all together. I'll show you just how time-consuming this is. Okay. Okay. All right. So we always start with the date. The date's the foundation of every decode, whether you're doing sports or news. December 4th. It should be the day leaving 27 days left in the year. So 338th day of the year. Last night, for example, Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, got his 335th win in the regular season on the 335th day of the year. And the AI wants to tell you, is the NFL scripted? Yet that stuff happens week after week. That's called a script. And here, for anyone who wants to check that out, just go to Football Reference. Robert Kraft, owner of the Patriots. There it is right there. 335th win last night. Picked it up yesterday, December 1st. And December 1st is the 335th day of the year. You suck, AI. All right, December 4th, 338th day of the year. December 4th leaves 27 days in the year. All right. We use this website, StatMuse, here for some things, like it makes head-to-head records pretty good. Lions record versus Cowboys. Lions are 12-17 versus Cowboys and at home. And that's not including the postseason, so you got to get that too. 8-6 at home. All right, including playoffs. 9-6 at home, including the playoffs. 13-9 all time. 13-19 versus Cowboys all time. So this is going to be the 33rd all-time meeting. Cowboys 33. See if 33 shows up in the score. Last night was 33 days from Eli Manning's birthday, who was calling the game, and his former team goes down to the Patriots, who scored 33. 33-15 was the score last night on MNF. AI wants to say it's not rigged. MNF 33-15, add it together 48. I mean, hello. Yeah, last week we used that information for Jawan Jennings. We saw that number 15, Jawan Jennings, his next reception was 33, a good indicator he might score the first touchdown of the game. Boom, monster payout. First reception, 33rd of the year, was a touchdown. Again, it's not going to hit every week, but you don't have to hit that pattern every week. If you can hit that pattern 50% of the time for first touchdowns, you're going to make a lot of money. Okay. The website I use for QBs is Football DB. Some websites include the games that they backed up. This website only has starts. I want their records as starters, regular season and postseason. And let's see. All right, Dak Prescott. 84, 56, and 1. On the road, 36 and 34 away. Uh-oh. Are they finally going to lose a game since the death of Marshawn Kneeland? Notice they're 3-0 since Kneeland died in the ritual. Kneeland 30, just like Cowboys is 30. 35 Thursday on the board right there if he goes down. In the regular season, Prescott is 82 and 51 and 1. And on the road, he's 35 and 32 away in the regular season. So he has 2 32s that could go against him. They're on 35 Thursday. So one stat includes the postseason. The other one's just the regular season. And that is one of the challenges of the NFL, because sometimes those things can be in conflict with each other and they're not consistent on which one they go with. Just like a casino, reshuffling the deck. But some games always stand out above the pack. All right, and then Goff, 92, 62, and 1 all time. $49 and 31 at home. Dallas equals 49, so it comes in on 49 versus Dallas. $88, 57, and 1 in the regular season. 46 and 28 at home. And then for a guy like Goff, who's played on multiple teams, you want to look at his record with the Lions too. Goff record with Lions, including playoffs. A lot of times his narrative is just in his record with the Lions. Goff is 48, 32, and 1 with Lions. So you can get his 49th win like Dallas or 33rd loss like Cowboys. Not exactly a straight shot, but one of those numbers plays better than the other. 27 and 16 at home. And not counting the playoffs, 25 and 15 at home. 46, 30, and 1. Okay. And then you got to get the coaches. And coach of the Cowboys is Marty Schottenheimer's kid, who's in his 50s now, so not exactly a kid. Marty used to coach the Chiefs. Again, in history, the Dallas Texans became the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, yeah, he's got the same record as the team because he's a first-year coach. And Dan Campbell, the actor who can actually cry on command. He's definitely one of the better actors in the NFL right here. Former player, now coach. Can cry on command, can this guy? All right. So he's coached multiple teams. So a coach like him, you got to look at his record with the Lions and his total career record. He's on 35 total losses with the Lions. So we got quite a few 35s lining up here in this game for 35 Thursday. Now, the one thing we got to hope is what happened to us last year. We'd never seen it before. 35 Thursday was smoking through the first half of the season, and then as we got into the later part of the year, 35 Thursday started missing. We're like, never seen this before, but it's been good this year. We haven't ran into 35 Thursday missing much this year. It's had us on the right side of nearly every bet. In some cases where it was a major underdog, if you took them with the points, they won the bet, but they didn't outright win the game. But yeah, you got 335s lining up for Detroit. Scoring. We go here. We go to the ESPN page of the standings. And we go, okay, Dallas is +9 for the year. Means they've outscored their opponents by 9. Dallas has scored 351 and allowed 342. So +9. I guess. Detroit. +76 for the year. Think more about that. Whoops, put that in the wrong category. All right, stadium record. Lions record at Ford Field. Isn't it funny how Ford Field equals 47 and Henry Ford died on April 7th, 47? Poor team, hardly any playoff games. It's even worse for the Browns. Wait, did I see that right? Oh, no, I got it. Dyslexic. 92 and 103 all time. Okay. Cowboys record on Thursdays. So after the Thanksgiving game, they got the Lions and Cowboys. They each get a full week of rest to play on Thursday again. They're on 49 losses total. Dallas is 49, but 41 home wins also. And Dallas is 41. And again, you see how often they do these things, and you can see it's like it's so perfect for the next opponent. And it's, again, the whole league is like this. Part of the evidence that, and it also just being on 102 losses at the stadium too, they can stay on 102 losses. Cowboys equals 102. So, all right. And then I'll do this later. I always do this last, but I go through and look at every player and the potential player props. It takes a while for each team, so I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, these are all the main stats that plug in for each game. And Pearl Harbor Day is coming up. That's the kill date for this month. Former NFL players better look out. My sister's birthday, too. She's going to be... Wow, my sister's going to be 54. Amazing. Oh, I skipped something with the date up here. I skipped the a few things. It is the 4th, so you want to think about the numbers that go up 4. 7 is the 4th prime. 10 is the 4th triangular number. 16 has the square root of 4. Just common numbers that show up in association. And the date numerology. The date numerology is 3, 7, 16, 7. So 3, 7, 6, and the paths are 16, 25, 16, 41, 61, and the lesser date numerology is 41. So that's for Thursday. December 7th, 341st day of the year, leaving 24 days remaining. 7th. 17 is the 7th prime. 28 is the 7th triangular number. Okay. Let me check the back. We got one person in the back. We got Snoopy Love. What's up, Snoopy Love? Snoopy Love?
Hi. Yes, I've been following you for I think 6 or 7 years, but I just been a quiet observer. And I just finally started making the connections with the Gematria. And I'd asked earlier in the chat and on YouTube about the Kansas City Chiefs and how that's related to how with Wizard of Oz, Kansas, because I've been seeing a lot of Wizard of Oz type related stuff in the news lately, or within the past month, especially surrounding the White House, the East Wing, the Wicked Witch of the East, and November was the month. During the month of November, it was the sign of Libra, which is the scales. And I don't know. I was just wondering if there's any sort of connection between the Kansas City Chiefs and with the current the promotion of the
current promotion of what were we gonna say?
The movie Wicked, if that's related, if they, because you know how Kansas is where Dorothy's from, and I just wanted to know if there's something, if they have any sort of relationship, because I noticed with when they made that announcement that they had destroyed the East Wing of the White House, there was that hurricane, and then there was the the whole reference with Donald Trump referring to himself as the storm, and the East Wing, the Wicked Witch of the East, was killed by a house. Dorothy's name meaning it's gale, Dorothy Gale. Gale's a gust of wind. I don't know. I was just wondering if there's anything with the Kansas City Chiefs, because I'm seeing a lot of connections.
Well, I hadn't thought about that all year, but I'm realizing right away that the movie released 55 days after Mahomes' birthday, and Wicked is 55. He lost to Brady in Super Bowl 55, and he lost last year in Super Bowl 59, which was the 55th of the modern era, and obviously he's not having that great of a year this year either. Well, I mean, technically Kansas City's in Missouri, but it's right on the border of Kansas. There's a Kansas City in Missouri and Kansas. They're separated by the river, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe there's something going on with that, because we've seen plenty of times where they synced up sports in a movie, but I actually wasn't even aware that there was this new Wicked movie. So I don't have a good answer.
I see a lot of stuff concerning the Wizard of Oz, especially during the month of November, with it being part of it's being the sign of Libra, which the balancing of the scales and justice. But I don't know, and having to do with the food stamps being cut off, and then the dark horse, the Katy Perry. I don't know. I made a lot of connections, but I don't know. I'm just wondering if you've seen any of that with the Wizard of Oz in Kansas.
Actually, hold on. I made a math there. It came out 65 days after Mahomes' birthday, or on the 66th day of his age. They were 6-5 right before they lost on Thanksgiving, so their record was actually 6-5 when this movie released. I'd have to think more about it because, yeah, no, I wasn't aware of this, but now that you bring it up, I'm going, wait a minute. They were 6-5 when the movie came out. There probably is something to it. There probably is. So I don't have a good answer though right now. The movie came out on this Friday, November 21st, and then the Chiefs beat the Colts to become 6-5 right after the movie came out 65 days after Mahomes' birthday. It does seem that there's something probably to that. Wicked for good. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it right now, but I'll think more about it. It is an interesting observation. Snoopy Love, is there any more? We seem to have lost Snoopy Love. Well, hey, thanks for the thought. You could be wrong. You could be onto something. You could be onto something. All right, we got Ike 510, Gematria 32, and then King Rich. What's up, Ike?
Hey, what's going on, Zay? I just you can add to your notes that Thursday is the last super moon of the year. It's the cold moon.
Okay. You got a full moon
Yeah,
on Thursday.
the cold moon. If you check the gematria, it does have Detroit, a lot of Detroit's gematria in there as well. If you type it in the calculator.
Okay.
Let me see. And in spite of it being the fourth, you remember the Jay-Z album, the 444 album, which is it was his last album, his 13th album, which came out like 157 days ago from Thursday, which is the 37th prime. And that 157, the 157 could be a reflection of Dallas' record. If Dallas won, they could be 751, and the reverse of that is 157. So yeah, I just wanted to just throw that out there because I know last time you did a moon when the Jaguars were playing with I think they were playing the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
So,
cutting
but
out.
yeah, that's Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me?
You're cutting out a lot.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh my goodness. What's the last thing you got?
A lot of it was broken up. So
Okay. You got the super moon, right? You got that right.
I got that part.
And you got the Jay-Z's last album, the 444, which is it was 100, it came out 157 days ago from this anniversary, which is the 37th prime, which is like the reflection of Dallas' possible record 751.
Okay.
So I don't know if that has any type of ties to that game or not, but I just kind of find that kind of odd.
Okay.
So
I'm not really in the great thinking about the games. I'm just showing people what it is to put in all this information and then to analyze it. So I'm not
oh, I got you. I got you. My bad.
really. This is
Oh,
a
my
public
bad, Zach.
Patreon stream. I'm not linking.
Oh, got you. Got you.
You
All
didn't get
right,
a
well, I'm gonna
Patreon.
go ahead and
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish that and let everybody else get the message. I
All
ain't trying
right.
to take up.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
All right, no problem.
Okay. What's up, 510?
Hello? Can you hear me? My mic muted. Did you see the press conference where Trump just happened? That he just had at the Oval Office or wherever he had it at? Bro was talking about the immigrants to Somalis. He was like, bro, they come from hell. Da, da, da. But the fact that he cussed though, he said if those bitches he pretty much called them bitches. He said if they don't like it, they can go back home. Has that president ever been this vulgar before? I know that it's just a question.
I didn't see the press conference. What
It,
exactly happened?
let me see what he said specifically. Let me over his quote. I liked it. So he said, when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Yeah, I don't know. That was wild. I don't know if that's to do anything. I don't know. But I've just never heard a president like be that vulgar before. I think is that kind of like
Well,
childish that you
everything
always
he's
call?
done is unprecedented. I mean, just go back and watch my video from January of 2016 why they were going to make him the president. I mean, had you ever seen a president beat on their chest doing the elementary retard thing, making fun of a retarded person? You never saw that in your life, and somehow he becomes president. Like in the same week, Ben Carson had to drop out because he wasn't presidential for saying, I forget. He said one of the candidates, or he made a statement about somebody's blackness, like they weren't as black as him, and they're like, "Oh, that's not presidential." But meanwhile, Trump's doing the retard thing, and he's on his way to the White House. The whole thing's a joke.
Yeah, he just called Tim Walz retarded too. It's funny, but all right though. Yeah, that was just press conference happened like 30 minutes ago. Right when we started the live. But my bad, I missed this.
I can't stand listening to Trump talk. It's nails on the chalkboard. So I don't watch the Trump press conference.
I don't know. Thanks for taking my call. I missed the stream earlier. I'm gonna rewatch that. But yeah, all right, man.
All right, appreciate it. What's up, Gematria32?
Yeah, you doing charity today?
Well, I'm just showing people how we dissect the games. So
fuck them all, man. I don't know why you doing this for free.
Well, I'm not really giving out. I'm just showing the work that the things we look at. I mean, I'm not really giving away any gems, but this is the process.
Yeah, I wouldn't even show them that for real. I'm on the $20 tier, by the way, too. I wouldn't even show them that for real. I'm on the $20 tier. I'm mad you giving this away for free. This is too valuable. I will pay you $50, $100 a month on the Patreon for this information.
I don't feel like this. We got all the trolls and agents on the Patreon anyway, so I don't think it's like we're giving away anything.
Nah, this is charity work, Jack. You doing charity? You doing pro bono today?
Well, hey, it's the giving season.
Yeah, that's a mic drop. I'm done. Have a good day, Zach. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. What's up, King Richard?
Yo, what's up, Zach? I wanted to give a decode about September 11, 2001. I posted on Free to Find Truth a couple of times. I tagged you in it, but I don't know if you saw it.
I haven't seen it. No.
If you haven't seen it, you know that in 1968, 911 was made the National Emergency Dialing Code. Where that was made at, it was in Haleyville.
I never knew that, actually.
Huh?
I never knew that.
That what?
I'm joking.
Okay. Yeah. No, but it was made in Haleyville, Alabama. And the city hall where it was made at, it's addressed at 911 21st Street.
Go figure.
Yeah, 911 21st Street. And Haleyville City Hall, where it was made at, equals 201 and 84, like the judge.
The first 911 call on the 47th day of the year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The address of the building was made at 911, really?
Yeah, look it up. Haleyville City Hall.
I know it was made on February 16th.
Yeah, the 47th day of the year, yep. Rank and Fight. And just think about that name, too, Rank and Fight.
Hall. Yeah, crazy. In Alabama.
And that's also the 205. That's also the 205 area code, too. All CNI equals 119 205. And just think about what September 11 did to the mind's eye of the masses.
Yeah, I never had that one before. That's a good one.
And also, if you write out Haleyville just alone, it equals 111, like New York, like September 11th leaves 111 days left in here. But Yeah,
Rich, how does it feel to be one of the only other people in the world contributing to this research?
You said what?
I said, how does it feel to be one of the only other people in the world contributing to this research?
It feels great, man. But just all the retards out there, they don't want to wake up. They want to remain ignorant. It's sad.
It is annoying. Just all these just YouTubers that get all these views that are just like dumb
Oh my
people.
God.
Why are you
Tell
watching
me about
Myron
it.
Gaines? I mean, what is to gain from watching a Myron Gaines? Who is this guy? Why is he famous? I mean, he's a moron. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What about what's his
Idiot,
name?
ugly.
Asmongold.
His mouth, he can't talk without saying a cuss word. There's just like there's nothing
Yeah.
to these people. Why are they famous? Andrew Wilson, who debated me earlier this
Oh
year,
my
made me
God,
look like an asshole. The next day, he had to sit online and play video games because he was exposed for what a loser he is.
Is Andrew Wilson the same guy that can't even open a pickle jar?
God, it makes me sick. This is the manosphere. These guys that look like fucking pussies, that are low IQ, that are stewards of the system, that believe in this bullshit authority. This is the manosphere. These are the red pillars. What red pills are they dropping? It makes me sick.
Or that guy Black Pill?
The fact that nobody can watch any of these videos we put out on a daily basis makes me sick too. Too lazy to come back and watch the channel because I guarantee you're watching too much bullshit shoved into your feed, which makes it so that you don't get any notifications from yours truly. You guys are not helping this channel out at all. And by the way, if you're thinking, what kind of live is this after hardly doing live? You guys, I don't really have any time to do any lives on any important topics because you guys don't support those videos anyway. You know what pays the bills? You know what brings in people and decoders in this community? Sports. I wish that wasn't the case, but that's the reality. The only young contributing minds outside of essentially King Rich are the people who are in the sports community. I don't see anybody else really helping out with anything. So that's also part of the reason we're doing the stream today. I have to do this. And some of you guys say, why haven't you been streaming? Well, here's the kind of streams you're going to get until the more meaningful work is actually supported. Anyway, go ahead, King Rich.
Yeah, no, it is embarrassing. You also have
embarrassing. No, I'm embarrassed by this YouTube channel. Like, do you think I want to share this channel with anybody? Hey, I've been on YouTube for 12 years putting out super important content. Look at the 100 views I got on the last video. No, shit's embarrassing. There's people that started YouTube channels 6 months ago that got 100K subs. I understand that this channel is sabotaged and they take away people's likes and comments and views, but there should still be more King Riches in the world helping do something to get the word out. Right. And that's also part of the depressing thing. I start a live stream and drop the link. Almost no one joins. It's like King Rich and nobody else. And it's like this.
It's always the same people, right? I mean, it's always just me, Gematria32, maybe a few others who are in the community. I mean,
yeah, it's like this is a joke. So no, I mean that's part of the reason I haven't been doing much, you guys. I just like, what's the point?
Yeah, you feel demotivated.
Well, it's not even a lack of motivation. It's what's the point?
Right. Yeah, no, that's how I feel sometimes too. Because like I said, I share this information outside of just YouTube or the computer screen. I share this outside with everybody and people I know. And Thanksgiving, I had my whole family. One of my cousins had the audacity to go up to my mom and say that I need to be committed to a mental asylum because I think 9/11 was planned. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So yeah, but and just one more thing. I do think September 11th, it wasn't planned. Well, the motion went in 68, right? 1968. But I do think 1968 was planned in the 16th century, right after the Jesuits were created. I do think that was planned in the 16th, as far as the 16th century. But that's just my opinion. Because that's how far they have it planned out in advance. And plus, I mean, what's pathetic, right? It's here we are in 2025, the information age. And everybody just still thinks that, Osama bin Laden is the one responsible for blowing up those Twin Towers. And what's even more pathetic is every time on September 11th, when I was going to school, they would show us, they'd roll the TV out and they talk about September 11th. And I remember I got in trouble for asking a question. I said, how did two steel towers fall down after a plane hits them? And I ended up getting in trouble for asking a question like that, which is pathetic.
Yeah. Don't question the authority. It's always been trouble. It's like literally in 8th grade, I got kicked out of my English class. I had to spend the day in the principal's office. I've told the story a million times. In 8th grade, we were supposed to dress up as a hero from history. So I dressed up as Fidel Castro and gave a presentation on Castro. Right. And my teacher really didn't like that, and the principal didn't think it was funny either. And I had to switch classrooms. And then, I got into trouble in my next English classroom too, because one of the first presentations we had to give there was to tell like an interesting story about our own family. And I told a real story, but I told it in a humorous way about my mom's life, about how she was nearly married to another man, but it turned out he was gay. And the teacher was just so horrified by that but it was a true story. It's like you can't talk about it. That's what you learn in school. It's like what is like wrong? Why can't I say Castro's my hero? See, for people don't understand, Castro was the biggest enemy of America until Osama bin Laden. So that's part of the reason they didn't think it was funny. But and when I was a kid, I didn't realize that Castro was Jesuit educated and part of the puppet show. But I knew that would.
Yeah. So was Adolf Hitler, right? So was Adolf Hitler.
Well, sort of, but Hitler didn't really go. Castro was the threat throughout the Cold War off the shores of America, not that far from Florida. But the whole Hitler thing, it's like he didn't attack America. We wouldn't got involved in the war in a continent across the ocean. But so anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it is pathetic. Did you see CNN's top headlines too? Right now, or at least for me, it says it's about The Exorcist, and they're talking about yoga, tarot cards, and the occult. And right next to it, they have Donald Trump as front and center as the headlines with live updates.
Wait a minute. What? This is a top headline right now on CNN?
Yeah, look at it. Look right next to the one where it says Donald Trump. Look at next to it. It says yoga, tarot cards, and the occult. Like right next to it.
Oh, in that big ass window, huh?
Yeah.
Oh no, man!
I had to screenshot that because I'm like, come on, man. Tarot cards, Donald Trump, Mr. Tarot cards, Trump cards.
And that's what's annoying too. It's just, just all these obvious rituals they're doing and nobody picks up on. We're calling out 4 years before it happens, and then, again, you guys, like out of everybody in social media, who called nearly to the day the war would begin in Israel, the day Netanyahu came back, who put out a book about when Cooties 19 was going to end as soon as the year of the tiger came around, who was telling you 4 years in advance before Trump way before Trump even said he was going to run, that he was coming back. Right. Again, in terms of what should be credibility in the red pill community, I should be at the very top, but instead we're now at this point where we can't even get 1,000 views of video. It makes me sick while these losers who don't know what the hell they're talking about are commanding all the views, and they're all the circulating names. It's just like, God, this is living in the idiocracy.
It's just like right after the Charlie Kirk thing, you had all these other people just go viral, and they're spreading a bunch of just misinformation. They're all blaming Israel. No one's even calling out the Catholic Church.
Right. Yeah.
It's pathetic. And that proves because your video was going viral at 50K, and then it got sniped down.
Which it's not even good either. It's better compared to what's been going on for the last 3 years with no views at all, or more than that now. Here's let me see how many days it's been since I got 1 million views, because we just passed the anniversary of the last time I got 1 million views. It's been a long time. Let's see. It was November 30th, 2018. So it's been 2,559 days since yours truly got 1 million views. And now we're not even sniffing 10K views. That's how bad it is.
I know you got a bunch of views on your one video you did on the Ides of March. We're talking about PewDiePie. I know that video got a lot of views too.
I don't even remember that video.
Yeah, it was on the channel that got deleted. It got put up recently. But yeah,
I honestly don't remember that video.
But yeah, he had all the TARs on there. What does PewDiePie got to do with the Ides of March shooting? You can make numbers equal anything. You got 4 ciphers, bro.
Yeah.
It's pathetic, man. But hey, appreciate it, Zach. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, just since Trump's come back in, it's been extra horrible too. I did establish myself on a platform where I was getting views. Last live stream on X before the deletion back in January was 5,000 people in the live stream, and the next thing you know, you're wiped off the platform. But YouTube has just made it so that this channel doesn't exist. What's up, Real Notes?
Hey, what up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I noticed the most interesting game of this week was the 49ers and the Cleveland Browns. The reason why I say that because the 49ers haven't won in Cleveland since 1984. And they came in and then
Is there any way you can make your mic sound more clear? It kind of sounds like you're far away from it.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I guess we'll just work with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. The Niners came in 84 record. And they haven't won in Cleveland since 1984. And the Browns had a 3-8 record. So if the Browns would have won that game, it would have been 4-8. In reverse, that's 84. And I think Gematria, I think, Cleveland 33, and I think they got 48 as well. So either way, it was one of those tricky games. Because it seemed like the numbers were heading in the Browns' favor.
Cleveland
It
and
seemed like
33's missed every single time this year with the Browns game, which has also never happened. And that's a sign. So that's something we talked about on Patreon about just that 33 and the Browns. It hasn't hit yet this year, and it missed again this week. So they've essentially taken that away from
Well,
Cleveland.
the crazy thing is about the Browns. They haven't even won the game with one chance. They only won in the brown helmets, and they won in the white helmets. And they supposed to be running the brown helmets this Sunday against Tennessee. So it's like, it seems like that's the thing. Like, they do with these alternate jerseys. Like, the only way you win, you have like certain alternate jerseys and stuff like that. So it seems like that might be the thing for the Browns this year. Just the brown helmets and white. Because they hadn't even won the game in one championship. So that's a little strange. One more thing, the Cincinnati game, it was obvious. It seemed like Cincinnati just pretty much is going to win the game. Because I noticed the final score was like 32-14, and that's like 46, and that's like Gematria is like 40. Joe Burrow is 46 and Gematria or something like that. That's crazy. And you notice the 66 that was going on. I think the offensive lineman jumped on the sides on the Bengals. He was wearing jersey number 66 as well. So it was like kind of foreshadowing, what they was planning on doing in his game. It was a play that Mark Jackson tossed the ball right to the Bengals defensive line and started laughing while he was going. It was crazy. It's like, they really living his game. It's wild, man.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the observations.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right. Yeah, you have a good one. Take care.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go out to Lana. And then we got Mr. Scott, and then we got Rich back. What's up, Lana? You're not the Lana I used to work. You're muted, Lana. You got to click. You see how you have the mic with that cross through it? You got to click on that mic to get rid of the cross, and then we'll hear you. I used to work with a girl named Lana. Lana. I still can't hear her. Lana, for whatever reason, we cannot hear you. You did hit the mic that you did, so we should be able to hear you, but for some reason we can't.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
I hear you.
Uh,
Well, now she's loud and clear, but she can't hear us.
Hello.
Hello, we hear you.
Okay. I just have like a few questions.
Go ahead.
I'm very new to Gematria, but I was recommended through D, a YouTuber who called you recently, and she's a pretty lit truther. But I just had a few like correlations because usually I don't talk about other people, but I find that when I'm thinking about or looking up Gematria, I find that I'm always thinking about or talking about other people. So I noticed that my dad had a thing about the Flintstones, and he always like drew that character type art. When I looked up the Flintstones, I noticed on your website that all of the additions of the Gematria patterns were like 9 evenly, like if you added all the numbers. I don't know if that means anything, but the way I look at it is like it's like a small field where everyone has like their little layout of the earth, and they're just like using. That's how I viewed this, but I don't really understand too much about the patterns right now. But I've been watching your videos back to back. It's just something I noticed, and I found that that show was a pretty weird show. Outside of that, there is an artist that I listen to who updated their information to this weird number on like a social media site. So their name is like this plus this weird code. And I put it in. It's not really giving me much, but the number 32, I think it was. It was like 879-806-1022. And the numbers were like even. I don't really know what that means. But I was able to like create like a song with this, uh, the math that came from it, which I've noticed is very useful for Gematria, not very important. And then the last thing I'd like to talk about myself in regards to what I've been researching. My dad said that I wasn't born on 122 for any specific no reason. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But he said there was a reason why I was born 122/94. I don't really know what this would correlate to, but I was just wondering if that date had any relevance that I could start by researching. I know my grandma was born the same day.
Your birthday is January 22nd.
Yes.
Do you know the numerology of the day you were born?
Not at this moment.
What year were you born in?
194.
Born in 94. Hold on. So your birth numerology is 1. You're a 1. Ones are supposed to be leaders.
Oh, that's massive. Okay, well,
You
I
know how to
was
get it.
wondering.
You just add up all the numbers digit by digit. So 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 4, and then break it all the way down to a single digit number.
Does that correlate to life path numbers, as they say?
That's your life path number. Yeah, you're 1.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's new to start with too. Thank you. But I
You're
just wanted
welcome.
to kind of discuss that and see if there was any type of real correlations. I thought the Flintstones things was weird because I'm new to it and it was all nine.
I've never really researched the Flintstones, so I don't have anything to say definitively about that.
Got it. All
Yeah.
right. Well, it was really good to discuss this so far. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss, besides like
Okay.
yeah, numbers.
All right. Well, thank you for D for passing the information on to you, and appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. No problem. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. You too. Take care. All right. I don't think it was the same Lana I used to work with. We got Rich back, and then we got Duke, and then we got Mr. Scott. I'm gonna let Mr. Scott on real quick because I think he was on and somehow he dropped out. What's up, Mr. Scott?
How you doing, Zach? It's
Yeah,
been
what's
a
up?
minute. I'll just call and to say, man, that I appreciate the work. Uh, just like Gematria really has like kind of really just helped me kind of like to see the pattern. And I remember when we first talked when I got out the survey, that was a couple years ago. And you was like, man, like things will just ramp it up. And now that I see it with my own eyes, just being able to see like the numerology is just kind of get a little bit better at Gematria as time go on. You're right about this AI thing, man. It's just like it's a non-stop. Anytime you like, I remember when Chat GPT really first came out, Zach, where like I was able to kind of like get around it and be able to use Gematria and kind of like get stuff done. And now, like with almost any type of algorithm with AI, any type of like Gematria or anything, you just kind of get rolled like closed off. It's just adapt to like the it's like as like what I'm trying to say, like algorithm is just like getting really, really tighter on just about anything. And even me being in school, Zach, is like I just see it because I was the reason why I called in. I was gonna tell you like I was in university and just like the just dealing with everyday young people. It just like it just blows my mind. Like they just going through the motion. It's just like nothing. It's like you explain certain things to them like slowly. They don't. I don't know. It's maybe like a short term memory thing. I just don't understand what's happening. Zach, but I do agree that it seems like it's just too much information being put out there, just like misinformation or just dump. I think his mind is overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of a lot of things. The information age is really just like information overload age, where everybody has a shorter attention span and probably taking in too many different things, but not enough of like one thing. No real focus on anything. It's just, yeah, you see, humanity's never seemed dumber. And just listen to the young people talk online. I mean, they literally cannot speak without saying the word like,
Oh yeah.
like. It's listen to these people. Like, God, I mean, just stop.
Yeah, but the reason, those Zach, I was thinking because the other day I really had got fired up because I saw this. I don't know, it's like YouTube live of them talking about like it was this black guy. He was like, "Oh, Gematria is fake," but I'm like, I have used Gematria. I used it with my own daughter, Zach, and with the meningitis, and it was in her name, and I was able to understand, like, dang, she really had it when she was, born. Like, it just kind of like sucks that I see it with my own eyes. I'm able to see the patterns or just see it pop up on a daily basis. It's almost like a spit in your face. 'Cause I think they know it's real, but they just, I don't know if it's like a pride thing or something, or maybe they're just agents, because no way somebody should just keep attacking the channel if you put out work every single time. Of course, we're not gonna get everything right, but just to continue to say that it's not real is crazy because they never debunk it. They never willing to come on there and talk like, hey, I want to debunk what you're saying. It's just like a wave or just attack that's nonstop. It's like almost like somebody's paying these people.
When the over-under for the game's at 46.5. Oh, look at that. She died on the 137th day of the year. Donna Summer won 37. The Giants won the Super Bowl that year going 13-7. Oh, and then look at that. Her birth name equals 102. She died 102 days after the Super Bowl was played, and the Patriots just happened to come in tonight 10-2 while this Patriots wearing the T-shirt. And not to mention his name's Christian too. And I always make this point about how it is the church running this whole thing, the language, the calendar, the ones that have sold you on this belief system that God has to sacrifice somebody for you, for your existence. Again, you guys, all of you who think Christianity is some great truth, it's actually a really weird belief system that God would have to send a man to earth to die for you. And then you're going to go to church on Sunday and drink his blood and eat his body. I mean, if you can't see that's weird, you're under some kind of mind control. And that's part of the reason they had Christian in the T-shirt last night. No doubt about it.
I believe everything you say. And I swear though, Zach, as the more people, even though they might not know gematria, the more people have started question like this, what, like this Christianity thing is because a lot of stuff and all this stuff is just like, it's almost like they just becoming more and more aggressive, like to anybody who question against like religion itself, or especially Christianity right now. It's almost like, man, like even me, I was going Zach to for a while. My GI Bill had helped me go to like the school that's close to the house in Washington State, to St. Martin's. And the first thing I get there, a guy pulls me to the side. He was like, he was telling me about like, the Jesuit. Well, I knew a lot from you about the Jesuit order and stuff like that. So I played ball, but then it goes all the way to like the Knight of Malta. I'm like, man, these people are connected to something like all over the earth, and it just lets you know
all those
that
orders go back. Yeah, the Knights of Malta are big. All these things are. There's so many Catholic orders. They all go back to the church. They're all interrelated. Yeah, the Knights Hospitaller in the Catholic hospital system. The Knights of Columbus pretty much running every child charity, and a lot of weird stuff going on with that. It's just like the group home I used to work at in Seattle. The Knights of Columbus fund the whole thing. And I noticed every time a kid got adopted, they got sent to the Northeast New York area. And I thought, well, there's no other adoptive parents anywhere outside of New York, Connecticut. What's going on? No, it's weird stuff, man. Weird stuff's going on. I can almost guarantee those kids that got adopted, they probably got put into some kind of MK Ultra program and have been used for the news propaganda.
Oh, Zach, man, you know what's crazy? The one that I used for like gematria and stuff when I was in the military before I got out, when I talked to you, I used to talk about the weather warfare, and it is amazing that not many soldiers know that we've been doing weather warfare since the Vietnam War. It's like it just blows my mind. Like when I got out, I'm like, man, it's so much stuff that I didn't know we did until you get out. It's like you just only can see straight forward, and and then you end up with like all this iron in your body and stuff. Like it took a long time, Zach, to feel better. It took me years after I got the service, eating cleaner, or just drinking more water, just kind of get myself checked out. I didn't even know I had high iron levels until I started getting the actual blood work for it, because the VA didn't want to do it for some odd reason until I kept pushing for it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, about being in the service. I mean, you're supposedly making this great sacrifice for your nation, and I suppose you are, but you get treated probably the worst out of all Americans, the most experimentation. I can't. What's the base with everybody and their mom dying from cancer that was stationed on that base? My mom's neighbor, his wife battled cancer for about 15 years and finally died, and she was the last of her siblings to be surviving. All 6 children from that family died. Some in their late 20s. His wife survived until her early 50s. All dead from Camp Lagoon or whatever that thing is where you see
it was the Marine base. I think it was connected to Camp Pendleton, as well.
It's obvious
Yeah,
that they did
yeah,
for all these people to die from cancer there. It's obvious they were doing something very
yeah.
experimental that made everybody super sick. And no, that my mom's neighbor's wife that died, she was a super fighter because all of her siblings died way before, but she kept fighting until she finally died. And that was
Yeah.
just the will of people. That she probably could have died in a week, like some of her family did after they found out they were diagnosed. They were out of there in no time. But no, that shows you some really sick stuff is being done to troops and forces on these bases. I remember when the Gulf War, the second one, first started after 9/11. Even 60 Minutes was doing a story on how they used some kind of like experimental recycled water that got a bunch of troops sick. Do you remember that in the early 2000s?
Yeah, I do. I also took experimental shots too, Zach, when I went in. When I was in 2013, that was a class that used experimental. I figured out what it was because when I took the shot, Zach, I was able to run faster, do more workouts faster, recover faster. All it did was just knock my it increased my testosterone to a high level, Zach.
It sounds like it was testosterone, so it's essentially a form of steroids.
Yeah, but they gave it to all the females, male. But the thing that the effect was that you didn't have like the sexual drive towards the opposite sex. So it was something weird because it boosted all the males up and the females, but it made us like very like I got injured, Zach, in basic training. I was like good like the next 2 days. But I do notice that, Zach, once I got out the military, not having all those all those shots in my body, though, Zach, I did feel like it just kind of stripped away all that all the other stuff. It's crazy.
So this pill was like testosterone and
What
gave
is it?
you a boost athletic beat, but it also like killed your sex drive.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's some interesting science right there because testosterone normally would do the opposite.
hold on, Zach. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it started, though, Zach. So maybe. So what they do is when we went in, I was like I was 21 years old. So they class. So usually basic training is 3 months. They wanted to see can they get us done in shorter time, see how fast they get us like done in 2 months, right? So you go in this, they went inside this room and they gave us the regular shot, like the peanut butter shot. But before you shipped before we left like the in process station to go to your footprint where you're gonna do basic training, like your actual company, they made us drink this. They call it Kool-Aid. They made us drink this and then they gave us a shot. So the first day, all of us was feeling like the next day we was feeling bad. All of us feeling bad. And as a couple days go, I swear, Zach, I felt like my testosterone was at the highest ever. Like I felt like super fast, super strong. I dropped weight really quick. But the only thing that was different, I didn't have sex drives towards the opposite sex. Like I didn't have like you could see a woman, another female, and not have anything like nothing. All my mind was focused on was just being like on the mission. That's all I could think about. And then it wore off after about a month and a half. They gave us to it again because it wore off. We all started going back to our normal way. They gave us skin and we came back focused again. And that was it. It was
Yeah,
weird.
that's
And
like
every
people who are on testosterone, they're usually going for a monthly injection. So it's obviously related, but has some kind of mechanism to keep you focused on what they want you focused on. Yeah,
that's crazy though, man. Zach, I think about it, man. Don't tell him how much research they got off of us watching us. Like, dang, this is some crazy stuff because it's like it feels like it feels like a testosterone, but your mind is just focused on just doing what they tell you to. Like the discipline level was like to the point where not many people even get in trouble no more. Like you was that focused. But when it wore off, Zach, that's when stuff started to go down, like more disciplinary actions and stuff like that.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. I'm glad you called in and shared that. I hadn't heard that one personally. I find that very interesting. You don't have Apple TV, do you?
No, I don't have Apple TV.
They got a new show on there called Pluribus. I have a free sample right now, so I was just watching this. It's about a message comes from space, and these scientists figure out what it means, and then they create something and they put in a person, and that person quickly spreads it to a group of people, and eventually it takes over the whole world. But what it does is it gets everybody on the same mind, same wavelength. So everybody's moving and thinking together and sharing all knowledge and information. But there's also a thing that's controlling it. And watching it just kind of reminds me of just how big tech is and how they get the same information and message out there. And look, I mean, everybody's like talking to AI now, and AI is giving them the same conversation information back. I just see in what you're sharing now, just all science and medicine and all the ways that they just can control us more and put our mind in the state they want it in. It's just we're living in the craziest times.
My last thing, Zach, I know I got other caller was other thing was they have built this tower when we used to do PT at. And I remember this giant tower, it's like a 5G tower back in the day, but around the area where the grass was at, Zach, it would just turn to like the grass would be dead around it. So I remember, man, all of us on base was complaining about migraines. Like all of us were getting migraines, like really bad migraines. I'm talking about we was getting really dirt sick, and like they'll make jokes like, oh, the main thing on the installation is like migraines, back injury, and hip injuries. And I was like, man, and I just started asking my producer, I'm like, man, you sure it's not this tower that we're like doing PT right beside? And you sure it's not making us sick? Because this thing spread us all over towards the motor pool area as well. But I don't know, because like for the longest time, we would like that base with like Fort Stewart was known for like getting like heavy migraines. So I don't know that. That was the only thing else I saw was like because I PCS to JBLM in Washington State, all those symptoms went away. It has something to do with like these things all over Fort Stewart. Because that's like the number one cause like headaches and migraines.
Yeah, that is very interesting. So yeah, I appreciate you sharing all that with us, Mr. Smith or Mr. Scott, excuse me. Thank you.
Hey, it's good talking to you, Zach, man. I call back in again.
All right, good talking to you. Yeah, you have a good day.
All right.
All right. We got King Rich back. King Rich, I have to step away for 30 seconds. I'll be back, but go ahead and share what you want. I'll be listening in the background.
All right, for sure. All right, guys. So I just want to share something about just to add on to my 9/11 decode. I was talking about how it was established in Haleyville, Alabama. You can look it up. Haleyville equals 111. New York equals 111. September 11th leaves 111 days left near. But the other man, what it's credited to, the 911 call wasn't just rank and fight. It was a congressman. His name was Tom Bevel. And of course, in Gematria, Tom Bevel equals 110 as well as 52. And the lead hijacker on September 11th, Muhammad Atta, was born on Rank and Fight's 52nd birthday. I should remind how on May 2nd, 2011, Osama bin Laden was killed on 5/2. Of course, in Gematria, terrorist equals 52. But his full name, Tom Donald Fike Bevel, Bevill, it equals 322. And just think about that in light of September 11th, you had the Skull and Bones men, George W. Bush, and you had his father give a speech about a new world order 11 years to the day later. So,
yeah, that is a very good find. And again, just a reminder about the number rituals that are very surface
and
level.
he also died at age 84. I should add it in there. He died at age 84, a day after his birthday. His birthday is March 27th. He died on March 28th. And he died on his 84th, a day after his 84th birthday. And like I was just telling you right now, the Jesuit Order 84, Haleyville City Hall equals 84, where the 911 call was made at. And when I seen that it was addressed at 911 21st Street, I'm like, come on, 911 21st Street, 2001 starts the 21st century. And, 2001 in numerology does look a lot like 21, doesn't it?
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, oh, yeah. And there's also a connection to the Church of the Jesu, Building 54, and the Scottish Rite headquarters across the street from it. I'm sure you covered that, right? The Building 54 and the Building 47. The Scottish Rite headquarters in Rome.
I have covered that before, indeed.
Yeah. The name of the architect, see if I can pull it up here. The name of that architect who constructed that building, his name equals 119. And that construction began in 1568, nearly 400 years before the World Trade Centers were constructed on.
Yeah.
So it's just show you how planned out it is. Of course, you have other things like the Art of War and Chapter 11, the 9 situations with 68 paragraphs.
Right.
But yeah, the Scottish Rite headquarters in Italian. I'm not going to even try to read it, probably butcher it, but the full title of that, right? It equals 119, like September 11th, the day we're in 11/9. The building's address, the church, and the Scottish Rite headquarters there, it's 186. Vatican Hill equals 186. And in Jewish gematria, Vatican Hill equals 911. So that should just show you how long it's been planned out. And that's why I say I do think 9/11 was planned out in the 16th century, even before the towers were even thought about, even New York, even America. That goes even before America.
Yeah, they've been using the Bible as a playbook for a long time, so
yeah, that's something
they
I
might
got
have
to
the
share.
vision, build something as big as the Tower of Babel,
Did you
break it all down, start a big religious war. Yeah.
Also, since we're talking about 9/11, right? Did you know on September 11th, 1968, 33 years to the day, there was a France airplane crash?
What is it?
It was an airplane crash. It was in France. Here, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here. September 11th, 1968. If you just look up September 11th, 1968, the first thing that'll pop up is an Air France crash. Air France flight 1611 off the coast of Nice, France, killing 89 passengers and 6 crew members. 33 years of the September 11th. And 1611 reminds about like King James, right? King James, the King James Bible came out in 1611. 89 passengers. King James equals 89. Religion equals 89.
Okay.
And then the 95 goes without saying, right? The Jesuits and the 95 Thesis. Because in total, it's 95 people that were killed on that day, September 11th, 1968. But yeah, flight 1611. So
the King James Bible Publishing Day. By the way, check this out, you guys. Who played the most games in the NBA? Check this out. Robert Parrish, right? He played 1611, playing for the very Catholic Celtics, the Catholics who didn't want the King James Bible printed in 1611. What's a parish? It does not relate to a church. Parish meaning?
Yeah.
And LeBron, King James is expected to pass this year, this record of 1611.
Right.
Let's see if it doesn't happen on March 27th, King James's death anniversary. It'd be I won the only finals on the real King James's birthday.
Right. That's the 86th day of the year as well.
If LeBron doesn't beat this record or at least tie it on March 27th. So,
well, I mean,
LeBron just he's going to turn 41, like King equals 41 at the age that he's going to surpass this record. He's going to pass the record at age 41.
Right. Yeah, and just like with Kobe Bryant, when Kobe Bryant died at 41, his name equals 41. He died on the Pope's 41st day of his age, 41 days before Shaq's birthday, and 41 weeks later, they win the Lakers win the rigged NBA championship on Father-Daughter Day. Again, I keep educating people about that, and again, it's always the same fluoridated look. They give me the deer in the headlights look, like, oh, you think that means something? It's like you don't get the mockery. Kobe and his daughter died supposedly in that plane crash, and the Lakers, which a team he played for pretty much his whole career, they just happened to win on Father-Daughter Day. You don't think that's interesting or has something to do with it?
But, that's what you're dealing with. Just that's how low the average American is, and how dumb they are, and it's the same reason they fell for 9/11. I mean, that's been my frustration since I was 18 when it happened. I just thought, man, people are just dumb. I mean, if everyone wasn't so dumb, no one would fall for this. It's just like Cootie's 19. If everyone wasn't so dumb, no one would fall for that either. So
don't even get me started on Cootie's 19, man. Oh man, you know what? I was just watching Eddington a couple of nights ago. I was just watching that, and I just had to turn it off just because of how dumb people are. It just reminded me how dumb people are. Put on your mask. I'll never forget. I was at Costco and I had some Karen come up to me and pretty much harass me, saying because I'm not wearing a mask, and she pretty much got me up out of Costco, and that's when that ended. So. But yeah, I mean that right there. I mean, it just shows mind control. Again, I wasn't even doing anything to this woman, but for her to come up to me and say you're killing people because you're not wearing a mask, that was just pathetic.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I did tell the story of my neighbor twin sisters in Seattle.
The one that died, right?
And nearly died about a year ago, and then the other one had a massive heart attack. Died this year at her dad's birthday on May 14th.
Right.
She called me this weekend and she asked me if I had heard that maybe the cootie shots might be causing health problems, including heart failure for people.
Right.
And I told you guys this when it happened. I said I felt bad because, I used to always talk to them when I was their neighbor, but I still remember the day they called me to ask if I'd gotten my cootie shot because they just gotten theirs and everyone was so excited about that because that was the trendy thing to do on social media.
Right.
And I felt bad in the moment because I hadn't talked to them, and they didn't know I had a book out, and I'd been going like standing on the streets of America telling people why not to get the thing.
Right.
I didn't want to say anything, and when she called up and asked me, I played dumb because I just feel bad. It's too late, and she said like I don't even think I have that much more time. So, but yeah, everyone's going to be figuring out the truth too long after the fact, and again, that's
too late.
That's the reason we've been shadow banned and suppressed. I don't think anybody was more ahead of the curve on what was coming with these shots than yours truly in this channel. So,
right. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad, especially my generation, Gen Z. These people, man, they're just too far gone. It's pathetic. I was telling people years in advance why Trump would be put in there as the second Grover Cleveland. And again, you get the deer in the headlights look.
And now we have a new Netflix show on Grover Cleveland getting shot.
Oh, really? Do we?
Yeah.
Wow, I got to check that out. But yeah, again, it's just mockery, man. And just like I was sharing the other day about, him congratulating Shadur on his first game ever. And, is coming out talking about it. And again, Grover Cleveland Browns. I mean, come on. 144th pick. Yeah, exactly. 78.
I mean, I made the point of the day he got drafted. I was like, this is like the ritual of Trump getting elected. Now you got him getting elected with the same numbers, 78, 144.
12.
Then he wins his first game with the same numbers. It's just.
And what's 12 times 12? It's 144, isn't it?
Did you guys see what the Browns did this week? They went for 2 for no reason to make the score 7-8 in their 78 seasons. It's like, come on, man. Then they didn't score any more points because their asses kicked by Dion's old team, the Niners.
Yeah, again, Cleveland equals 78. I mean, there's 78 cards in the tarot deck. I mean, tarot cards equals 119. Trump takes office with the 119th Congress. I mean, what's there not to see, man? What's there not to see? And tarot cards literally equals that with A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. I mean, literally tarot cards equals 119. But yeah, I mean, that's the easy call right there. I mean, come on. But yeah, I just thought it was mockery too this morning that CNN had the tarot cards right next to the Trump headlines. I'm like, come on, tarot cards, a cult. When this guy, it's been nothing but a tarot cards joke. Do you remember when he gave that speech when he was meeting with Zelensky and they were talking about you don't have the cards?
Yeah, there's been a lot of card references.
That phrase literally equals 228, like how it happened on February 28, 228. And of course, United States of America equals 228. But yeah, even then, I was trying to explain to people that. And again, you get the same responses. You're schizo. You think numbers mean anything, bro? It's pathetic.
It is. It is pathetic.
Yeah. So I feel you, man. I feel you with the frustration part. I mean, I do share this. I don't care. I share this whenever I can, whenever I go out there, whenever I go out and people in public, I do share this information. I don't care how anybody looks at me.
Well, it's like that Pluribus show that Apple TV put out. I mean, it's an exaggeration of the way society is, but this idea of everybody being on the same hive mind, having all the same thoughts, society's not that far off from it. So
right. Well, yeah, and then you see how society is, right? If you question anything, again, you're labeled a conspiracy theorist, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, again, they just go with the same ideas. Whatever's in the media, they just go along with it. They don't question anything. They just go along with it. And you see what happens. I mean, they don't learn. They don't learn. History repeats itself, literally. And, people don't learn from it. Just the same old shit over and over. And that's what's frustrating when I'm trying to share this with people, outside of my daily life. I share this information and they look at me like I'm crazy. It's like, how? I'm like the only one being sane here. You know what I mean? But,
yeah. People are under a serious trance. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So
yeah, they are. And again, they support a guy like Donald Trump, the same guy who wants to go out and screw his own daughter or screw 10-year-old girls when they turn 18. And it's pathetic because you'll have them defend that. We'll talk about Biden likes to sniff little girls' hairs, which is it's like
it's like I'm not arguing for Biden. I don't like him either. I know that's how all these dummies are. So what? It's just like, no, that's not what I said at all. I said, why are you defending a creep?
Exactly. And they're both
savior when he locked down the country over the flu.
And not only that, he made everything more expensive, right? I mean, he's the one that printed out those $1.2 trillion.
And the whole tariffs thing right now, how is that going to ever help with the cost of living? Tariffs or taxes? And that's the thing. That's why they had to use that word, because then Republicans don't like taxes, but you say tariffs, they're like, no. You listen to all these people like, no, a tariff. It's like, no, a tariff is a tax. That's what it is. It's a tax on imports.
Right, and it's not good. It's not good for imports or any of that, right? Imports and trade.
And just how the ritual had to be. He had to implement the tariffs 47 months after the last tariff he implemented when he was in office, and 47 weeks to the day of the printing anniversary of the printing date of Wealth of Nations. Again,
Adam
the
Smith, right?
economics, which argues why tariffs should rarely ever be used.
Yeah, that's pathetic. You try to argue with these Trump people. They're like, no, tariffs are a great thing, and then they can't even tell you why tariffs are a great thing. Oh, because it's going to be in America. Things are going to be made in America. It's like it's going to be more expensive, retard.
Yeah, and it is. A lot of things are way more expensive. So.
Oh man, everything's just getting worse. You know, the housing market, everything, groceries. I mean, yeah, and it's just going to get worse if people just keep going along with it. And it's just with these mass shootings, they want to implement RoboCop. You know, that's been a big focal point too in the last century. They've been talking about RoboCop. So,
yeah, have they put up the RoboCop statue in Detroit?
I'm not too sure.
For a minute.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one, but it's just like with the shooting in Stockton. You know,
it was almost done when I finished my book back in 2020, but I never saw the announcement that they were on the verge of putting it. Let me see. RoboCop statue in Detroit. Oh, they did put it up.
Was in Detroit?
Yeah, it was almost done. It was almost done, but I never saw the news story. All right, they put it up in 2021.
4 years ago.
By the way, nobody should ever donate $1 to Wikipedia. Wikipedia is trash.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're always begging donate.
It would be a lot better place if Wikipedia just disappeared.
That's why I don't trust Wikipedia either, because they just put out a lot of the information. It always changes within time.
Yeah,
it's just like when Young Bleed died, and they said he was 47, and now they're saying he's 51 when he died. I mean, that was pathetic. And
they also changed the first case of cooties. The news broke on January 20th, which we get the joke of why they changed that, but that's not the case. I mean, the news broke on January 21st.
Now they're saying it's November 30th.
Yeah. No, that's why Wikipedia is just everything. It's 1984. All the information is always changing.
Yeah, exactly. And just the age. It's like with Chadwick Boseman. Remember when he died at age 42, and they all had to report that he died at 43, even though he died at 42 when he played in the movie 42 about Jackie, which equals 42. I mean, that was, man.
And then they just put up his star in Hollywood.
Yeah, I think it was 42 weeks or 42 days from somebody's birthday. I can't remember what it was.
It was also in a week where it started. They did it on the first day of the NFL week on a Thursday, and then that week ended with the Panthers playing in primetime versus the Niners, where they lost the last Super Bowl, in tribute to Huey P. Newton, the Black Panther founder. So it's the same jokes are still going on.
Yeah, and don't forget the character. His name, the character in there is T'Challa. I think that's what his name is. Equals 42, like he died at 42.
Yeah.
Yep. And just it is pathetic, man. It's pathetic. People don't get it. They put 42 everywhere, and just all over Black history, and people still don't get it.
42 ritual in the Black Friday game between two Black quarterbacks paying the bills, big payout too. So for all the people that want to fade the information, you're only hurting yourself.
No, again, I felt the only reason they fade it, I think. Here's what I'm going to say. I think people understand it. They just don't want to, come to the conclusion that they've been hoodwinked. They've been lied to.
It's their ego.
It's ego and pride.
Stupid, but here, again, the reality is you don't have to feel alone. Almost everybody's stupid walking this earth today. It's very rare to find an intelligent person.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And again, yeah. Again, they can't admit it. It's ego, and it's the same thing with religion, right? I mean, people can't let go of their ego. They believe in some kind of spirituality where a man supposedly 18 years of his life is cut off. There's no historical evidence.
You just got to believe in the whole book. God only did those things thousands of years ago. Now you just got to believe in the story. I mean, this is stuff for dumb people.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to, it's
dumb,
pathetic too.
Dumb, gullible people. That's what it is. Just sucking up the lies of authority for dumb, gullible people. And that's all.
And the retards, look at this. The retards, they continue to go every Sunday, go to church and put more money in the plate, right?
Yeah.
Siphoning money. It's the same thing with this whole Charlie Kirk thing. Look how much money he made off that. People are like, oh, why would they fake an assassination, bro? It's like, well, look how much money is being made from that, right? Look how much money, millions, probably billions of dollars have been made from that operation. So, yeah.
Oh, they've made a lot, no doubt about it.
Oh man, I'm sure Charlie right now, he's counting his money right now, probably laughing at all the dumb goyim. All these retards, they just believe everything we tell them.
Probably happy to escape the arranged marriage with the woman almost 10 years older than him. And
and Jesuit educated. And it was pathetic too. It's just like, again, she was born the same year in 88. the same year that what's his name? Was it Trey Parker that graduated from Evergreen High School?
Exactly.
Yeah, and again, he died 88 days after Trump's birthday, and Trump equals 88, like Turning Point USA, and the ritual they just did with JD Vance, where they met. Well, I think it was the event was 88 days after his birthday, right?
The one at Ole Miss, yeah.
Yeah, when there's a tribute to the Civil War. And then now you have Candace Owens, who's born on the 119th day of the year, just coming out. And I seen what she did on the 42 days after Nero supposedly an assassination attempt on her life, supposedly.
Another hoax.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do something there on December 7th. Be Pearl Harbor Day. And I also wouldn't be surprised if they do some kind of false flag there, or I should say FF, on that day too in New York. It'll be 137 or it'll be 33 days after Zohran Mamdani won the election. It'll be the 111th mayor. New York 33.
Another thing that some people are excited about, the government controlling their food supply.
Government store run was it government run stores, right?
That's the proposal.
They want big box stores like Walmart, the same corporations that were during the pandemic were declared essential. Well, other people like my buddy who's a barber, he had to put out of business because they deemed him not essential. So yeah, it's pathetic, man. It is pathetic. You need to stay home and wear your mask. It's pathetic. But yeah. All righty, Zach. Hey, thank you, man. I don't mean to take up more of your time here, but yeah. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you having me on.
All right. Good work, King Rich. Take care, man.
All right, you too.
All right, we got John Davis. We got 1517. We got Mr. Scott back, and we got Bear. I'm just going to call you Bear because it's so long I can't even read it right now. It's too small on my screen. What's up, John Davis?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, Zach? Yeah, want to talk about last year. One of my aunts, she passed away, but it was 43 years ago. I know 43 equals RIP, so I'm not sure if you can look at maybe her name and maybe look a little more about her. I have her obituary right here. I'm not sure. Maybe you can just check it out, look at her name and date and all that stuff like that, and just.
To look at your aunt's obituary?
Yeah, 'cause she died last year, and it was 43 years. I know 43 equals RIP and everything. So, so I'm not sure if you can look at her obituary and look at
her date of birth, date of death, and
her date of birth is June 21st, 1943. She died October 13th, 2024.
Okay, so she was 81 years old.
Yeah. Her name is Helen Davis Helms. That's her name.
Helen.
H-E. Yeah, H-E. Helms. Hellams.
Well, it doesn't look like one of these celebrity deaths where it just lines up so perfectly. So
yeah.
Helen, Helen.
Yeah, Davis, Davis. Yeah, Helen.
Oh, H for her last name.
Oh, Helen.
For her last name?
Oh, no, her last name was Helen. It was Hellams.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the one thing that's interesting. Just her first and last name is 114. She did die 114 days after her birthday.
Oh wow! I was just calling about that because it was. I always talk about the 43 and the RIP thing, because of 43 years when I was born, when she died 43 years ago, because last year was 43. I was born, and it happened last year around, I was 43, so So.
Well, RIP to your aunt. Yeah, there is an organic side to it, no doubt about it. So.
All right. Yeah, thanks. I was calling about that. Thank you.
All right. RIP to your aunt.
All right, thank you.
See you. All right, we got 1517 and then Bear.
Yo, Zach, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I've been watching the channel for just about 3 years, and I just started getting back into gematria, and I've mainly been focused on that field because like the records for everybody is like lower numbers than like NBA. 'Cause, everybody in NBA, mostly like the stars, be like 300 wins, losses, and stuff like that. And one weird thing I found out is like last week I was 4 out of 5 games I had got right. I messed up on the Carolina and Rams game. 'Cause I seen that
We like
Matthew.
that upset. You must not be on the Patreon because I said don't even mess with the Rams. They don't have any value, and the whole narrative was there for the major upset and payout. It was all 13 if the Panthers won.
Right, because I seen Matthew Stafford was at 115 losses, and Panthers equal 115. But all other games I had got right last week, like the Bengals equal 156, and then Ravens had 156 regular season wins, like all time in their stadium, and so on like that. So yeah, I got to join the Patreon again this week. I was on the like the tier, like the $5 tier, like a long time ago, but I'm gonna join it again since I'm getting back into it. So, but yeah, man, I love your work. But yeah, last thing, like I was saying, it'd be weird because like it'd be like double connections for like you think you got like it on one side where like you like okay I got all the connections and then it end up being like one number that equals for the other team and then they can go that way. So you be
A
kind of
lot of
stuck.
games are double coded. Yeah, you got to. That's why you got to go through them and figure out which games make the most sense. Which games are the easiest to see what the outcome should be.
Right, like the Cowboys and the Lions, right? Like how you said, like the 102 for Cowboys and what was the Ford Field equal 52, and Dak Prescott got 52 losses all time, so he could fall to his 52nd loss, but Dallas Cowboys also equal 43, so Lions can fall to 4-3 at home. So
I saw a lot of 35s in that game. That's what I saw.
yeah, yeah, like I had got that one right last week for Thanksgiving. Because Cowboys on the 34
Dan
wins
Campbell
all
got his
time.
35th loss. Yeah, Dan Campbell picked up the 35 on Thursday.
Yep, yeah, for on their all time Thanksgiving record. Yeah, so it was a lot of 35 that day, and like every team like had fell to 66. So it was crazy.
Indeed, indeed.
But yeah, Zach, I don't want to take too much of your time, man. I'm gonna join the Patreon this week, and thank you, man. Good work as always.
Appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the work.
No problem.
All right, take care. All right, we got. Sorry, Bear. It's too small on my screen. Bear.
It's okay. It's a mouthful.
Baranowski. Baranowski. Was it Polish name? Polish?
Yeah, on the mark. Yeah, like Polish Belarusian.
Okay, yeah, Polish names can be tough. Okay, spelling
Definitely. Oh, well, thank you for having me. I did comment in your YouTube chat to see I'm the same person coming up, and like B, obviously I'm from the UK, so I didn't want to join in like an NFL stream and like completely skew the vibe, so
it's not really about the NFL. I'm just doing the grind that I have to do each week, and just like I said, ask me anything. So,
fair enough then. So, gonna say, I'm guessing like you're American then.
That's what they would call us.
So, how is it then over there? Like, I've been like, for me personally, I've been watching a lot of like the news and stories coming out from America. It's interesting times we live in, but with yourself as an American, how do you find it yourself?
Well, I've always found the average American to be a disappointing person. Just the stereotype, a lot of dumb fat people over here, but that's not everybody. I mean, just like anywhere, you can make life what it is. Even though I'm not happy with my fellow average American, I still am mostly positive about life. There's a lot of opportunity here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And also a lot of
you can always find a way to make your day positive. But yeah, there's a lot of things that disappoint me about this country, and that's why I've spent pretty much my adult life speaking out against everything that I've seen that's wrong. But it really doesn't seem to help very much. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry to cut you off there, but yeah, you're right. Like, because at the end of the day, you do have that right as an American, and you should exercise that right freely and openly. You know what I mean? Like, it's a real privilege to see what the Americans have that a lot of other places don't. You know what I mean?
Well, I think a lot of things that are advertised here that we supposedly have, we sort of have them with an asterisk next to them. I mean, nobody really respects freedom of speech. Almost everyone's under mind control, and they just go along with whatever the TV tells them. And if you disagree, you're kind of labeled an outcast. So I don't think people really value freedom of speech or going against the flow. You know, they say we got a Second Amendment, but just hardly. There's so many rights or so many little laws and technicalities and so many ways you can get in major trouble with guns.
Oh yeah,
intended to be. So yeah, I know it can be worse in certain places, but you know, America, I understand what's happened in Europe. It's like the Dunblane massacre happened over there, and you guys pretty much lost your gun rights. We're not that far behind over here in the States. We're watching the last of what we do have slip away. So,
but I mean, at least that. Don't get me wrong. I do know that America does have its own like strifes and like inner conflicts, but I do see America as a bit of a beacon that it will never tread down the path as like what other countries are now starting to do in terms of like digital ID, restricted speech laws, like curfews, and pretty much like a lot of.
We are doing that here, though. We are doing that. We're just
to a degree, yeah, but
the curve. We're doing exactly what you guys are doing in the UK. We're just a few steps behind, but not that far behind. No, the writing's on the wall over here in the States. Everything you just said, no, it's already happening here. It was bad during Cooties. They already showed that they can do it here. They got a nice little preview during Cooties 19.
Oh. Well, it was just one of them because it's like when I've like spoken to other Americans, they were like, "Oh, you know, like this and that," you know. But I don't know, like I feel a bit bad now. Sorry.
No, it's not good over here in the States. Nobody's really standing up for their rights and liberties, and I don't think anybody wants them. I think they just want safety. I think they want to be told what to do. I mean, we just had Donald Trump take office with all the tech billionaires behind him, telling us how they want to implement the AI surveillance state. So no, I mean it's George Orwell came from your part of the land. It's George Orwell 1984 over here, and I mean I think they told us what it's going to be. It's going to be a Mr. Larry Ellison at Oracle. He said he wants everybody in a camera and the AI keeping track of all things at all times. I mean that's where we're going over here.
Well, hopefully, like it doesn't. Good thing about America that there is there'll always be that one pocket of resistance and pushback, no matter like the mass consensus. There'll always be that one.
If I don't close this window right now, the police can watch me. There's a huge police camera right here on the corner that just shoots right into my window.
Really?
Yeah, and I live in a small town in America. No, I mean it's over. Everything you're talking about right now, you've been talking to the wrong people. Yeah, now I got a huge police camera right here on the light pole.
Oh, wait, but they can't like surely they can't like put the camera like facing your house though, can they?
It look at my neighbor's house. It looks into my house. I'm sure it looks into the houses across the street. Yeah, these cameras. We live in a country where there's drone aircraft flying above that has a perfect camera vision of everything going on below. No, we live in a major surveillance state, man. I'm out here in Washington State where Boeing is, but Seattle was the first police department, and this is over a decade ago, to buy drone aircraft to keep police surveillance on the city. No, this is a surveillance state.
Bloody hell. Well, thank you for like informing me and giving me that different perspective. Like, I was wrong, so I will admit that. Thank you, Zach.
Well, you don't live here, so I mean, it all depends on who you talk to. But no, I mean, we got police cameras everywhere. This is one nation under surveillance. It's only going to get worse.
Right. Well, thank you for chatting with me, though, Zach. I'll jump out your hair now, anyways. But thank you for having me on.
Hey, good talking to you. Thanks for reaching out.
Thanks, mate.
All right, have a good one. All right, we actually don't have anybody else in the back right now. I still got a lot of work to do, so I plan to be here. Shout out to the super chatters. You guys have been quite generous with this being one of the worst live streams of all time. Nolan Addison said, find myself listening to these over what the gym has playing over their speakers. Well, I don't know of this one. You might have gone back to what was on the gym speakers today, but thank you very much, Nolan. That was probably the cost of his gym membership for the month. Mason says, I'm sure you cover this. Hey, is this the same Mason who had a child this year? If so, I hope that's going well. I'm sure you covered this, but it would have been a wise bet for Sanders to be the Browns' 42nd starting quarterback in their team history. Yeah, and again, he was announced on the day leaving 42 days left in the year, and the night before he got his start, his former school, Colorado, got wasted with 42 points by the Sun Devils. Yeah. I did not realize that at the beginning of the season, though, that had they started Gabriel Davis, had they had another couple guys start, it would have made him 42. But yeah, you see the ritual. Thank you very much, Nubalina. Cashville Lady with the big dollar. Thank you, Cashville Lady. Mr. Scott, he said it's crazy because Asmongold blew up after he said something about Palestine. Dude is clearly part of the agenda. Yeah, he is. He makes $40,000 a day in ad revenue off this platform, just mostly doing reaction videos to boring Fox News stories. And did you see that on the CIA's birthday, he had a national news story about him, about how his father dropped dead? Go figure. Hold on. I got somebody at the door, you guys. Baby food delivery. Yeah, look at this. What's that website? TMZ, Asmongold, father death, September 18th. Well, yeah, on September 18th is the day the announcement was made. Of all the days, the CIA's birthday, huh? Again, and you just go like, why? Why is this guy one of the biggest streamers? Lives in an attic, plays video games all day, does reaction videos to Fox News. Nothing interesting, nothing insightful, nothing new, but enough views to make 40 G's a day. RIP to your dad. Okay, let's see. Bud better than Mayweather. 202-5. Shout out to you from Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland. From what I've heard, good place to be. Happy belated birthday. Hope you're enjoying your vacation. Thank you. Why are you even tuning into my live stream, man? You should be out. You should be out on the mean streets of Switzerland. They're not already on curfew at 9:30, are they? Lorene says kill date is December 7th. Could we see Roger Staubach go 60 days before his birthday at age 83? Yikes. Year of Super Bowl 60. Ooh. Former Cowboys championship quarterback. Let's hope not. I don't wish death on anybody, but if it happens, you called it. Matt with the big 100. We have police drones here in Maryland to go with your police state point. Yeah, everybody does now. I mean, again, Seattle was the first police department to get it just because they're right next to Boeing. I'm pretty sure every police department has the drones now. Yeah, you guys, we literally have drones going, flying up high in the sky, keeping surveillance on our cities. It's been going on. Hey, Dale, I saw you sent a nice PayPal today, too. Thank you very much, times 100. Yeah, hey, man, these boring live streams make you guys donate super chats. I don't know why that is. I'm shocked. Thank you for the generosity. Yeah, if anybody else wants to join, the link is pinned. Again, you guys can come on here and ask me anything. This isn't about football. I'm just showing you the football boring work that I got to do every week. and we're just getting started here. I mean, we're a fraction of the way through the grind, but I was hoping you guys would come on here and ask me good questions or have good contributions. It certainly doesn't have to be about football. I'd actually rather not talk about football. But I'm going to keep grinding away, so this is going to get awfully boring if we don't have people calling in. All right. The coach of the Colts is Shane Steichen. I'll tell you what one of the surprises was of last week. How the hell did Daniel Jones not get his 34th win over the 34 team while wearing a 34 on his cleats for his friend that was murdered by the numbers earlier this year? Are you kidding me? He doesn't get the 34th win while wearing 34 on the cleats? That was some serious bait. There were some concerns, though, outside of that, but it just seemed with the big 34 on the cleats, that's usually how they do it, just slap people in the face with their rigged rituals. Jaguars got, I believe, the only Jewish coach in the league right now. Unless Nick Sirianni's Jewish, he kind of looks Jewish, but not a Jewish name. Let's see here. The Colts this year plus 108 in point differential. And, people thought I was nuts in February when I pointed out, the Colts could be one of the top teams this year. Indianapolis 60, you're a Super Bowl 60. Next thing you know, the team owner's dead 106 days before the 106th season kicks off. So you can just see that it's all rigged. It's like, oh, this team's numbers up this year, so they're the surprise team of the year. Daniel Jones comes over, former Duke product. Right as Daniel Jones joins the team, the CEO of Lucas Oil, where the Colts play, Lucas Oil Stadium, just dies. And by the way, the CEO of Lucas Oil Stadium died 203 days after his birthday. Check this out. Duke Blue Devils. Or hold on. Is it Duke University? Is that what it is? It's Duke University. Duke University is 203. Daniel Jones, the quarterback this year from Duke. All right, we got Rich back and we got Matthew. What's up, Rich?
Hey, that's an interesting observation on Roger Staubach. By the way, he's known as Captain America, and that equals 60 in the most pure cipher.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and again, Super Bowl 60. His full name does equal 79, and he is 83 right now. Needs to watch out. Cowboy equals 83, murder 8379.
Yeah.
I'd watch out for that. You better watch out. Yeah.
White guy gets to live to 83. Black guy gets to live to 24.
Oh, not even. If you're lucky, 42, right?
It just amazing how people don't notice these things. Like, oh, the player dies, and all of a sudden they start winning football games.
It's just like with Nick Mangold.
They honor him 24 unanswered for a big comeback over the Eagles. Like, nobody notices that. 24-year-old guy 4 days after Jerry Jones's birthday. I mean, come on, man.
Remember what they did with Nick Mangold, right, earlier this year?
And it's been nonstop 27s. We were all over the Jets game this week, and they win again with 27. It's just it's such a joke, man.
Yeah, it is, man. It's pathetic. People can't see it. And it's like it's just like with the LA Dodgers when he lost his daughter supposedly during the World Series this year, and they had to wait till the day leaving 54 days to announce the death of his daughter.
World Series begins on the 53rd death anniversary of Jackie Robinson. Los Angeles equals 53. Dodgers pick up the 53rd World Series for the NL. Right. Yeah. And that was 53 years after Jackie Robinson died, and at age 53. And then it began on Drake's birthday, and the Blue Jays with the 39 ritual, and again Drake 39. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. People don't see it, and it was goofy the way they did the World Series, man. Just sync it up with Drake and Kendrick. I mean, just only to have the Dodgers win again in tribute to Kendrick Lamar. And don't forget they had that commercial for Kendrick. I can't remember the name of it, but whatever that equaled, it equaled 113. Like how they had the parade on 11/3, which was the anniversary of Kobe Bryant making his debut in the NBA on the day leaving 58 days after year, and Kobe Bryant equals 58. And isn't there a relationship with 41 and 58? 58 is the 41st composite. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, 58. And just think about that too. King James, King 41, dead at 58. But I can take one. Let me see. Hold on. I'm looking at Roger Staubach right now. I'm seeing his birthday. I see he's military educated.
He is military educated. He's born on February 5th. 25. It's yeah, I mean it's just it is blatant what they do with these games, man. Again, football is credited to the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Freemasonry is based in Kabbalah.
You saw the Yale game that happened this past weekend?
It was the 41 ritual they did?
43
or 43, my bad. Yeah. I think I seen that. I seen you did a post on it, yeah. Yale equals 43.
29 unanswered on the 29th.
Yeah, on the 29th.
The Youngstown equals 43, Bulldogs is 43, Yale's the Bulldogs. It's just, I mean,
doesn't Ohio equal 29 like or my bad. Ohio does equal
Ohio's 29 like football, yeah.
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah. So yeah, I seen your post on it and I was reading through it. I'm like, come on, man, it's a script.
I don't even think that video has 1,000 views.
It probably has less than that.
Yeah, that's
I mean, your live stream right now.
I don't care to even do this work anymore. It's stupid. We can't even get 1,000 views. I'm sorry.
Your live stream right now, my guy, it's at 95 watching right now. When I tuned in right now again, it was at 108. That's like really shitty views right there. I mean,
that's streaming on 2 channels too. So
yeah, it's like, right here on the main channel, it was 108. Now it's 95 viewers. I mean, that is sad. And you were just mentioning Asmongold. That guy gets all kinds of viewers and super chats in his live stream. And he's just promoting the news like it's real.
He streams on YouTube. I think he's a Twitch guy, and then he just reposts the stuff on YouTube, and then it gets
even then, right there. I mean, look how much money he's getting off.
That's the crazy thing. He's making a ton of money on Twitch, but then just from YouTube, he makes $40,000 a day on reposting his stuff on YouTube. So who knows how much he makes a day? Probably makes 100 G's a day. And I guess the cost is there goes Dad on CIA's birthday. So
yeah, and. Yeah, again, I wouldn't be surprised that cocksucker did sacrifice his own dad. I mean,
it says the Yale video has 830 views. That's funny.
You said what?
It says it has 830 views.
Wow.
8-3.
Brotherhood of Death.
They're fake and contrived, but it doesn't look good. The optics aren't good.
Yeah, it's just like I did a video on the shooting. It kind of went somewhat viral on the shooting in Stockton. That kind of went viral, but I had all these retards attacking me. I even had supposedly one of the family members that lost a victim there. Supposedly she came at me and said that she thinks I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I asked her if she wants to come and debate, and I haven't heard anything back. It's been crickets. And it's pathetic because it's like, okay, where's proof that your family member died in the supposed shooting? There's no proof. There wasn't put out. There's no picture of the shooter. Supposedly just, no evidence. Nobody happened to be filming, even though it was at a children's birthday party. Nobody filming. I mean, really? In the age of technology where everybody has a smartphone in their pocket, you gotta tell me there's no proof.
Yeah,
it's pathetic, man, and they get away with it. And just think about the name of the mayor. Did you look at the name of the mayor of Stockton? Her name's Fugazi. Her surname.
Yeah, her name equals 81. It happened 81 days after the state's birthday.
Yeah, well, it also came 389 days after she took office on. Remember the 5th of November, which was in 2024, the same day Trump took office. And that was, again, 389 to 77 prime. She just happens to be born on July 7th, 77. And Order from Chaos, police department, and police officer equals 77, like United States and secret society. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was a part of this is a ritual for the secret society. It's a fraternal order of police. Again, guys, anybody out there, I encourage you to look up the fraternal order of police. It's a real thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're putting on these stage shootings in order to take away more rights and liberties. And then you had Gabby Giffords come out and talk about the supposed shooting. You know what's funny about that is the shooting did come 777 weeks after the shooting of her in 2011, right? It was January 8th or January 18th. One of those dates.
Yeah, it definitely happened on Saturday. I remember where I was when that happened.
Yeah, I remember watching all kinds of videos back in the day about exposing how much of a hoax that was. And yeah, I mean, that was, or HOAX. I don't want to get your video taken down, but yeah, HOAX. I can't even say that word here. But yeah, how much of a HOAX that was. And yeah, it just happened to come 777 weeks after her little mass shooting or shooting that happened to her. And don't forget, Tucson's located on the 32nd parallel. And that shooting did happen on a day leaving 32 days left in there. I'm not sure if you caught it, but there was also another shooting the day before that. I think it was on Black Friday. It was a shooting in San Jose, supposedly. And the mayor of San Jose just happens to be Jesuit educated, went to Baylor, meaning like Jeranism, which is the same college that Jeranism went to.
Yeah, we covered that because Jeranism's mother's death was synced with that mayor. They were classmates.
Yeah, his name is Mahan, right?
I forget what it is, but yeah, it was. We were looking at that about a year back.
Well, anyway, there just happened to be a shooting, and on Black Friday of all days, and he's 43 years old right now, and he's born on a day leaving 43 days left in the year, and San Jose equals 43. I know it's a big number in the NHL whenever they play the Sharks play. Number 43 comes up a lot.
San Jose 43.
Yeah, it's also 106. Like did come during the time of the 106 season of the NFL. Yeah, they do this stuff all the time, man. They do this stuff all the time, and if anybody doesn't know, San Jose, it's kind of like a miniature San Francisco because it's big tech land. It's like right there, and the official seal for San Jose, it's I think it's city of San Jose. Whatever the official seal is, if you look it up, it equals 201, and the official seal for it is literally the Jesuit Order logo. It's with the 32 sun rays over it.
Yeah, I remember looking at that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a big Jesuit town right there. But yeah, and just San Jose is just Catholic. I mean, just completely Catholic Jesuit. Couldn't get any more Catholic Jesuit. Predominantly people there in San Jose, they're all Catholics. So, and I don't know why any Hispanic would want to be Catholic. I don't get it. Just like I don't get how people want to be a part of the religion, like Christianity or Catholicism. Both sham religions. They're both actually the same religion, just different wording. One believes in saints, the other one doesn't.
Well, it's just like you look at any animal species, the herd is real. People want to be with the herd. There's safety in the herd.
Yeah. And then with this whole Stockton shooting, right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I used to go out there in Stockton. I've been out there a few times, and I do get that crime is bad out there. So they're using that as an excuse, right? But again, there's been a bunch of shootings in Stockton. If you look it up, and nobody even talks about them. They don't even make the national news. But this one story supposedly just goes viral ever on CNN's top page.
The emotional one, where supposedly just a random shooting targets a bunch of children at a birthday party.
Yeah, supposedly, yeah. And again, no proof, right? No proof of any shooter, even though there's a bunch of cameras everywhere. By the way, that was next to a DQ, and I'm pretty sure they have cameras there. And apparently, no footage came out of anything happening. It just shows you right there, it's all fake. And then just to add on to the mockery, I mean, the name of the mayor, Fugazi, which means fake or a sham, and that's also an Italian word, right?
Yeah, Fugazi.
Yeah. So that was a big old 77 ritual.
Genuine, bogus, false, Fugazi. Yeah. Can you imagine that being like? Why would somebody keep that as their surname?
Yeah, and it's hilarious that because I did a live stream where I called her up. I called her office, and I did send her an email, and she hasn't gotten back to me at all yet. So I doubt she will. But yeah, it's pathetic how many of these assholes get into office. They're like, we care about you so much. We care about the community, and then you try to get a hold of one of these assholes. They're like, they're not to be found, or you can't even get a hold of them. They have you talk to their secretary.
Yeah.
So I've seen that many times when you've called many of these police departments or mayor's office, or even I tried to reach Gavin Newsom. He didn't want to answer the phone, so he had me talk to his secretary. So.
Yeah,
it's pathetic, and people cheer this on. People cheer this on. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to talk about it because I could go on all day in depth about the Central Valley and the Jesuit order, but they have all kinds of these missionaries there too. These missions, just creating a 201 ritual too. So yeah, that whole area down there, San Jose, Oakland, if you will, San Francisco, they're all Jesuit. They're all Jesuit. But a lot of people get mad because they say I don't call out other orders because there's other orders out there like Order of the Golden Fleece or Knights of Malta or Knights of Columbus, but
Did they reopen the government on their birthday, on their leader's birthday, or was it the Jesuit order birthday?
it was the Jesuits, and you already know, like those orders are all Catholic, especially the Knights of Columbus. Their Catholic order. You have to be a Catholic in order to be a part of that order. You have to be a devout Catholic. So,
yeah,
and they work directly with the Pope too in the church. So that should let you know something going on there. I think I shared this story with you, Zach. My uncle, who was a part of the Knights of Columbus, he ended up dying a few years ago on the Jesuit Order recognition date, September 27, 2022. He ended up dying 35 days from his birthday. And funny enough, he's born on Kobe Bryant's birthday, August 23rd, which, if I'm correct, right, that's the 235th day of the year, or the day leaving 235 days left in the year.
I'm sure you did the math on it.
Yeah, I'm kind of forgetting on that right now, but yeah, the Society of Jesus 235. He dies 35 days after his birthday. And I think it was 46 weeks after Michael J. McGivney, the founder of the Knights of Columbus. I think it was 46 days after his birthday, and Catholic equals 35 and 46. But and there's a lot of overlap. I'm pretty sure. I think I read your old blog posts on Skull and Bones and Knights of Columbus. They are related, correct? Because they do operate out of New Haven.
Well, I don't know if they're exactly directly related, but Skull and Bones gets their symbolism from the Templars, and yeah, they are both headquartered in New Haven, so they're right there. There's probably some kind of affiliation going on.
It's because like whenever I'm doing like decoding, I'm looking at it, I do see a lot of overlap with Skull and Bones and the Knights of Columbus. Case in point, the name of the founder, Michael J. McGivney, his name equals 149, like Skull and Bones. And I think the supreme knight in history did die on July 6th. That's George W. Bush's birthday. And Skull and Bones equals 76. Yeah. So
yeah, just like HW became the head of the CIA in 76, and his son, yeah, like you said, his birthday is 76. Georgia Guidestones.
Was it in 76 or was it in 68 when he became head of the CIA? Yeah.
No, he's the head of the CIA in 76.
What happened in 68? Did he join the CIA in 68 or?
It's not. Most people think he joined the CIA in 63.
I know. Oh yeah, the same year that Kennedy was assassinated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and supposedly they say he was there on that fateful day, November 22nd, 1963. So, yeah, a lot of people think that John F. Kennedy is some kind of savior. That dude was nothing more than an agent. The whole Kennedy family, they're nothing but Jesuits and Catholics.
Yeah, that's the thing that people don't seem to want to get, is that if you got into that Oval Office, you were in the club.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And JFK was, I believe his father was a Jesuit. I'm not too sure on that. To look at that more, but yeah, I mean, he was Catholic. I mean, you don't get in the Oval Office without being in the club, and most of these guys are in the club. And it's sad that in 2025, you got all these people, these leaders, if you will, they're always flashing the same Masonic hand sign, specifically that pyramid hand sign, and people don't catch on. I think it's all a coincidence, or you know what, they think they're doing the Rockefeller thing. Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot I can say, man, but yeah. I find it interesting that my uncle did die 227 days after my dad's birthday. The man who pretty much raised him, which is the 49th prime, and he ended up dying at age 49. I don't think that's an accident. I mean, I get there's an organic side, but I do think the hospital, which is funded by the Knights of Columbus, I do think they had a role in his death, because his death doesn't make any sense. He supposed he was doing fine, and then on September 27th, he ended up just dying, passing away peacefully with no family at his side. Yeah, I don't think that's an accident, but I could be wrong on that. Could be just another coincidence, right?
A lot of those.
Yeah. I'm thinking about just having my channel, just renaming it Coincidence Theorist, because get more views that way than saying everything is a conspiracy. People would rather hear it's a coincidence rather than conspiracy.
Yeah, that is true.
So, yeah. Hey, glad to see you're streaming, man. I understand though your frustration. The views are low. Do you get more support off doing the sports or just doing the news, like decoding the news? I'm pretty sure it's sports, right? Doing the sports, decoding.
Yeah, pretty much almost all the support comes from sports. There's hardly any support for anything else. So it's like if I don't do the support's gone.
Right. I think it would be a good idea is just to move all the free content you do on here, just decoding the news, just moving it to Patreon. And people want to watch it, they can pay for it. I wouldn't mind paying $20 a month, $40 a month to watch the latest decode.
No, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to put that behind a paywall. But
yeah, no, I get it.
At this point, it's just like, what's even the point of doing it? Nobody's watching. So there's hardly anyone in the world that values leaving a comment, watching the video. So
yeah, that's why I'm more on free to find truth now. I mean, I'll leave a comment on your thing, but I end up finding it deleted every time I come back. My comment, my decode will be deleted. That's why I have all my stuff saved on notes. But yeah, I just be leaving my and even on Twitter. Twitter's been deleting a lot of my stuff too. Twitter's been deleting a lot of my posts. I'll put in a great decode and they'll delete all my posts or delete most of them. Like the Charlie Kirk thing, I had a bunch of posts get taken down because exposing it. Yeah, that's the age of censorship. Somebody said, "Thank you, Zach. Don't go behind a paywall like Rambo did." Yeah, I remember Rambo went behind a paywall. He charges now for his videos, right?
There's just a lot of things that just never made sense about Rambo.
What happened with Rambo? I remember watching that live stream he did, or what you did with him, but he ended up just like I didn't even watch it because I just didn't want to hear what he was saying. But like, what ended up happening with that? He left, or now he's with decoding with Cody and all them now.
Well, his story was that when he was collaborating with me, it was causing people to harass him in his own life. But
well, that's why you gotta have thick skin, right? I mean, like
but since then, now he's putting his face all over the internet and stuff. So I'm just saying that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, because I remember when you would do like the TFR streams, obviously you would have him call in, right? But he wouldn't really show his face or anything like that. I think the only time that I seen his face was when you guys went to New York on September 11th. That was the first time I seen Rambo.
Yeah, I think that was true for everybody.
Yeah. So, and then you had the other weirdo there when he says Gematria is fake now.
Right.
Yeah, that guy's a weirdo too. I don't even want to get on that guy, but it's just like, yeah, that guy's a weirdo. Now he made another video just talking shit. Now
that's all he does. He's on his channel just making troll videos every day.
Yeah, just sitting in his car, talking about two other men. Talks about me, and then he talks about me the most. I think he stopped talking about you. He talks about you here and there, but more on me now. Or anybody that supports me or you, he attacks them. Yeah. Oh yeah, as far as the Stockton shooting, right? They had to say 4 dead, 11 injured. Don't forget, assassin equals 411 when you use Jewish gematria, and there's been all kinds of 411 things. We were just talking about JFK. Remember, JFK was assassinated. Was it 411 Elm Street, and they had the predictive programming and Andy Griffith, the Andy Griffith show.
That's correct.
Yeah. Was the Stockton shooting a part of gematria? No doubt about it. It was a staged, manufactured shooting, and I guess we'll just say it's an FF. I don't want to get the
Fugazi.
Yeah, it was Fugazi, man, as the surname of the mayor. But yeah, and that's man, it's just pathetic. You try to explain this to average everyday Americans who don't know about numbers or gematria, they just think you lost it, even though their name, you can literally look up her name right now. Her name is Christina Fugazi. Now I haven't even looked up the definition of Christina. There probably is something with that, but I do know Fugazi means fake. And there's been no proof of any kind of shooter. Supposedly a rapper was supposedly targeted, and been no proof of that. He hasn't even talked about it. So, by the way, rapper equals 74, like killing. The shooting comes right after the holidays. Holiday 74. 411 is the information number, right? When you call 411.
Yeah, it is.
So just think about that too. You call. I mean, if you want to get a form of help, right? 411.
Indeed.
And it's just like I was telling you earlier about, 9/11. Come on, 911 made the National Emergency Dialing Code at 911 21st Street at the City Hall, which equals 201. I mean, come on. I don't even know if you knew that before I even told you about that. But
I didn't know the address was 911. No.
Yeah, because I know you talked about for years how, 68 was a big year. There's all other kinds of stuff that happened. Was it Hong Kong flu that became part of?
That's in my last book.
Yeah, I've read part of your book. So yeah, I've seen that, the Hong Kong flu and all that stuff in '68. By the way, when is your other book coming out, man? I'm looking forward to buying it.
I don't know. Maybe never. Maybe never.
Yeah, because I know you were supposed to release it like 3 years ago, and I was like, man, I'm gonna buy Zach's book, but it's been on
It'd be
the.
really dumb to release a book now. It'll do worse than ever. So.
Oh yeah, well, especially now because just the views are low now.
Yeah.
Views are low now because I'm thinking about writing a small book on September 11th. But you know what? That too, I don't even want to do it because it's like all these dummies, they probably won't even buy it. So why even waste my time trying to talk about 9/11 and '68 when these retards would probably think it's a coincidence.
Yeah, it is amazing. It is amazing. All that gets chalked up to coincidence.
Yeah, and again, I explain to people every time they ask about 9/11. I'm like, 9/11 was made national emergency dying code. George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones. By the way, he was class of 911, and Yale had to change that on their website. Now it's 906 now, but yeah, class of 911. Coronavirus, all that type of stuff. I'm not even gonna get in the whole thing. Yeah, World Trade Center construction began, all that. But yeah, and I mean, just what are the odds, right? From his birthday to September 11th every year to 68 day of his age. When terror and CIA equals 68. And when you use the I think it's when you use the S exception or K exception, skull and bones, does equal 68. Yeah, I've been looking at other ciphers too, other than just the 4 base.
Yeah, if you use the numerology rules with the letters.
I think the other cipher that's I've been seeing a lot of stuff with is the single reduction cipher, which is the S exception. So if you don't apply numerology to S, you just keep it as a double digit. I've seen a lot of stuff. Isus hominum salvator in that cipher equals 112. That goes with the Jesuits operating 112 nations. Yeah, just so many things I've seen with that cipher. So I got a lot of decodes, man, but I don't want to just be on here all day talking about the latest decodes. I mean, it's pretty sad that it's just, I mean, Zach, think about it, man. It's just me and a couple other people that come on here. What, Gematria32? He's a regular on here. Who else? Just us two?
Well, there's a lot of regulars on the Patreon, including Gematria32.
Yeah, and I got to sign up for your Patreon as soon as I get some funds going here. But yeah, I mean, I'll take advantage of these rigged sports games. But yeah, it's pathetic, man. People can't see the games are rigged. They think they're real, and it's even more sad. People go out there and buy these. People need to stop buying the merchandise. I mean, that's to wear another man's back on the back of your back. I mean, a person that doesn't even care about you, or don't even know about you, doesn't even know about your existence. I mean, why would you want to support anything like that? And then some of these guys sacrifice their loved ones, or worse, even sacrifice the former players that they played alongside with, or I don't see anybody want to support that.
Yeah.
Yeah, psychological operation. Yeah, the Stockton thing was a psychological operation, just like the San Jose thing was a psychological operation. By the way, Black Friday fell this year on 11/28. Perfect. I told people a week before that to watch out for all the 47 things, and because 11/28 is the 47 triangle. I mean, if you add 1 through 47, it equals
The first
11/28.
touchdown of the game on Black Friday was a guy 47 days from his birthday. Black Friday 47. Plus, this year it fell on 11/28.
Yeah.
11/28 is the 47th triangular number.
No, in the news though, there was other stuff. Trump was in the headlines. He was talking about the DC shooting, DC 47, Trump 47, and then you had I think the former advisor to Zelensky, who's 47 right now, he stepped down on that same day on 11/28, and
Ukraine equals 47.
Yeah, Ukraine equals 47, Trump 47. The whole Trump thing with Trump and the tarot cards thing. Truth Social equals 47 as well. I'll never forget the ritual they did a couple years back where they said he didn't post on Truth Social for 47 days.
Yeah.
How could I forget that? But yeah. Do you think Trump's going to finish his term? 2029?
Well, I mean, he could. I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of clues that he won't, but if he does, he makes it to 2029. He hits all the Trump values, elected all the Pope's 88.
Right.
Takes office in 2025. He is number 47. He could go to 2029, so we'll see.
Yeah, and just the predictive programming you talked about years ago with that was it The Simpsons? The Simpsons, where his daughter Ivanka becomes the next woman president.
She runs for office in 2028 when she's 47.
Yep, and Ivanka literally equals Lisa Simpson. So we'll see what they do, man.
Every
Hopefully,
cipher, isn't it? Isn't it every cipher?
yeah, it's every, or I think it might be 3 out of the 4, isn't it?
Let me see.
Yeah, it's every cipher.
Every cipher.
And he got the 146 too, like he's born on the 14th of the 6th month.
Right.
Oh my God, man. Well, we'll see what they do in 2028. That means what Trump wouldn't make it past his term, right? In 2028, because it'd be one more year, 29, finish.
I mean, how long have we been talking about that Lisa Simpson Ivanka thing? That's a long
You've
time
been
ago.
talking about that since 2017. And I wasn't even around in 2017.
Hold up. Where is this vote at?
Oh, there it is.
What the heck?
The Treehouse of Horror. Yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah. Yeah. And the Roman numerals overlap with Trump in 3 out of the 4 ciphers. That should be 47. We'll see what they do. You already know people are not going to catch on anyway. I mean, even if you point that out, people won't catch on. You have 4 ciphers, bro. You can make anything equal anything.
Yeah. And there was that from the Boondocks, they predicted Oprah was going to become president in 2020.
Right.
And it's Kamala as the VP, the first black woman in the White House.
Right.
So, and then, of course, Oprah did the event with Kamala 47 days before the election in the
248. Yeah. Oakland.
48 years old.
Yeah,
the other
Oakland,
Oakland.
Michigan. Yeah.
All right, we got you on the back, Rich. Let me let a few more people get in here, but appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, we got Matthew, then we got Gematria32, then we got 1517. What's up, Matthew?
Hey, what's going on, Zach? Hey, what's going on, chat? I just wanted to switch it up real quick. I just had some observations about the NBA tonight. I seen a potential upset. I'm always chasing the upsets. It's the Wizards versus the 76ers. I did see your notes. I just decided to expand it on it.
This isn't a public sports stream. Just
shit. Okay. All right, never mind. My bad. Okay, that's cool. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take my thoughts offline. All
right. Notice the title of the video. Ask me anything. It's not. All I'm doing is just doing my NFL grind. I've never done this publicly, but we're just a fraction of the way into it. Like I said, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but normally I don't stream while I do this. It's just some of you guys have been saying, why are you not streaming? Just haven't felt like it. Yeah, so I did a stream while I'm doing my work. What's up, Gematria32?
Real quick, with the whole with the Nicolas Maduro thing, it's 225 when you copy it and paste it in ordinal. I think the configuration on your calculator was on the one except with the F's exception. You left it on.
Dude, I thought you always promote my book. I explain in the book that when you use the Spanish alphabet, it's better not to. Those are null values with the Spanish characters. It's just like the Jose Canseco thing only works out with his ritual. Derek used to have his calculator set up the same way mine is on my website. He changed it so now the Spanish characters are just recognized as typical English alphabetic letters. But here, again, it's just like Jose Canseco. The earthquake happened exactly 107 days after his birthday, like earthquake's 107, like military's 107. If you plug in his name on my calculator, which recognizes the Spanish characters as null values, his name is 107. But if you do it on Derek's calculator, now that he's changed it, see how his name is 107, like earthquake, like the earthquake happened 107 days after his birthday, like how the Maduro thing is 224. But if you go on Derek's now, because Derek now recognizes that, the E, it's also interesting. I mean, it's 177 like the Jesuit order, but it's a different value. You see?
Put Maduro's name on there.
I already know because it's going to recognize that A with an accent on it as +1, whereas if you don't, it's -1. So that story was 224 days after the anniversary of him becoming the leader, or a span of 225 days.
Yeah, society of Jesus equals 224, so it fits perfect anyway.
Do you see how if I take away this E, because on my calculator this is null value, it's going to go to 107?
Yeah, it's that. It's like, yeah, basically like the ruler cloud, the olive, the one.
Because that's not a letter in the English alphabet, you know. So I think it is fair to recognize that as a null value. That's a different letter for the Spanish alphabet.
Correct. Yeah, but you see, they put these puppets or these actors or agents on the stage, like, and people like think they're real. Like, it's freaking baffling, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Patreon stream was earlier. If y'all missed it, I don't know. It's calling up trying to give a decode on that. Like, did a whole hour Patreon stream earlier. Where were you? You know?
Right. And this is obviously not a Patreon stream. You know, what are you gonna do?
Well, great stuff, man. And Rich's website, he's on it, man. He be on it. You know? He documents a lot of stuff.
Does a good job. He does.
He documents a lot of stuff, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Because there ain't too many people doing it. So, you know?
Indeed.
Great work, as always.
All right. Appreciate it. Okay. Next up, we got 1517. Then we got Elohim. Then we got Kyoko. What's up, 1517?
Yo, man, I'm back. All right, one thing to add. I seen you was going over the Ravens and Steelers game. On Google it says
I'm not going over any game.
Well, the what you call it? I mean, in the notes.
Okay.
Yeah. On Google it says Aaron Rodgers expected to play, and you know Aaron Rodgers.
They already have Rodgers play, huh?
Yeah, I looked it up. I was looking at the injury report to see, because if he don't play, then the numbers will change. For me, I have to like dig deeper. But if he do, he had 96 losses all time because he got the L from the Bills, and so you know Baltimore Ravens equal 96.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and another thing too is like Sunday, you know, Sunday equal 84, and like those been hitting a lot lately. And you know, Packers playing on Sunday, and then you know they 8-3-1, so that could be one thing right there too.
Did you see what I wrote in the stadium record? Because those have been perfect.
No, I skipped past that. I probably have to go back on the stream.
Look it up yourself for good practice and see what can happen there. Because I saw a specific number.
What do you want me to look up?
Missed yet?
You said the stadium record for the Packers.
Look at that record at Lambeau.
Okay.
I'll go over it on Patreon, but
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can join the Patreon today. You know, rank coming up, whatever. So, but yeah, most definitely got to join again because I was on a $5 tier like a long time ago, like when I first started watching you, like 2 years ago, and then I still get the emails, whatever, but I didn't know it was only on Fridays that I get it because so I thought it was like I wasn't getting anything, and so yeah, that's what happened with that. But I didn't know the $20 tier gets you like everything. I guess I had overlooked it or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, I changed all the pricing this year. I finally did a price hike because forever it was just everything was on the $5 tier. But
yeah, that's why I was on that first, and then you know, so I just got back into it, and yeah, I'm
part of the thing is it's the way the world is too. I heard a lot of people saying that it must be bullshit because I only charge $5 a month. I said, okay, is this part of the reason people aren't inquiring? And you know what? I raised the price signed up, so it just shows you the way people's mentality works. I was just doing it for $5 to be a good Samaritan, but hey, if you guys want to pay more for it, I'll charge you more. Sure.
Yeah, people. I mean, you know how the world works. Like if it don't cost a lot, you know, people don't think it's worth anything. You know, that's why everybody buys Gucci and stuff.
And that's why a lot of people just copy my work in the morning, and they have their own Patreon, and they charge $100 a month, and they're not even doing any work. And I have people been doing that for a long time now. So
yeah, facts. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's all I had to add. Oh yeah, another thing too. What was it? The Titans. Well, the Titans. They got 32 wins, I think, over the Browns all time, whatever. And then you know Sunday is 33. But
don't they always play on Sunday? I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that because I don't. The Titans. Sorry, I'd rather pick the Browns. But that's what I was saying like earlier. Like it's double coded. But if I had to choose, I mean, I'll take the Browns all day. So.
Yeah, Titans are not a good team to invest your money. They can't hit a narrative even when it's in their favor this year.
Yeah, they can't block for shit. So, Yeah.
They were like the 106 ritual that failed in week 1. I still remember it because the 106 season, Tennessee's the only state that equals 106. And had they beaten the Broncos in week 1, Peyton would have got his 106 loss. That was the 106 narrative that failed for week 1, and that's how they've been all year. So I would just stay away from the Titans.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I wouldn't put my money on the Titans at all, but that's cause I was kind of like iffy. 'Cause I was like, man, I seen a double one, but the Titans, they're not a good team at all. So yeah, I would just rather stick to the other numbers I had got for the Browns. But yeah, Zach. Yeah, I hit you up later though, man. All right.
All right. Take care. Okay. What's up, Elohim?
Is that you can hear me?
Yeah, but you're on a bad connection today. It's not a good one. Sometimes your connection's clear, and sometimes it sounds like you're underwater.
Nah, my connection is great. It's just I think I got these Bluetooth headphones. I don't know if it's
I would minimize how much Bluetooth is going on next to your head.
Nah, you're right. But can you hear me decently though?
That's a lot better.
Okay. Man, to that last caller, man, he gotta get on that $20 tier, man. Those live streams are definitely worth it, man. But Zach, quick question. So would you say the Bible, you always say the Bible, like they use the Bible as a playbook, right?
Indeed.
So would you say they tell us a lot of truth in plain sight in the Bible? Or do you think all of it is just made up bullshit?
No, I think there's a lot of truthful things in the Bible. I mean, the Bible talks about how dense everybody is. The Bible talks about how people want to see the truth. So, I mean, no doubt about it, that's true.
Okay. And the reason I'm saying is because I know we talked about the Nephilims. What do you know about the Nephilims before I present you this?
The fallen?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know what other people know from what's written in the Bible. What do you want to share?
Okay, before I share anything, what I'm glad you said it. What Bible verses rings a bell when talking about the fallen?
You know what? Off the top, I couldn't tell you, but again, it talks about a third of the angels fallen.
Okay. Now, because there's a couple of Bible verses here that I ran into, and they was a bit interesting, and I just wanted to share it with you to see what you think. How about John 11:25? Jesus says, "Though he were dead, yet shall he live."
Your sound went bad when you went to the verse.
Oh, you can hear me?
That's better.
Is it
Something
enough?
you did made the sound bad though when you started reading from the verse.
He said, though he were dead, yet shall live. So basically, you believe who believes through him shall live, basically. Then in Romans 4:17, it says, God quickened the dead. Basically, he talks about how if you make contact with God, he quickens us. He gives us life. Stay with me. And then in the book of Jude, you're familiar with the book of Jude, right?
Yeah.
It mentions, it says here, these people are considered clouds without water. Now, before I continue, Zach, would you say when babies are born, they're born out of water?
Of course
they're
they are.
born from water. Okay.
Yeah, they live in water.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to that verse, but hold on. On John 3:5, Jesus tells Nicodemus, no one can enter the kingdom of God without being born of water and spirit. Now you just said babies are born from water, right? That's what you just said, right?
Hey, Louis, figure out how to reconnect so everyone can hear what you're saying, because it is hard to hear. It's going in and out.
Hold on. All right, let me reverse.
Normally your connection is clear, so I know you can connect clearly. Just do like a system reset and call back in. I'm not going anywhere. It'll be better if we hear exactly what you're saying because some of it's hard to hear. King Henry says I need to listen to the new Ice Cube song called Freedom. Spelled D-U-M. That's funny. All right, Elohim already reconnected. Let's see. Was that a system
you can
reset?
hear me?
That's
Yeah,
better.
you can hear me?
That's better.
All right, so boom. So what's the last thing you heard?
Just why not just start your whole presentation over now that your audio is good?
All right, boom. So on John 11:25, right?
Okay.
Jesus said, though he were dead, yet shall live. He's talking about people that are dead, but through believing in him, you shall live. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we go to Romans 4:17. God quickened the dead, called those things which be not as though they were. Basically means once we come in contact with God, he quickens us. He gives us life. Are you with me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Now we go to the book of Jude. The book of Jude mentions these people are considered clouds without water, carried about by winds, trees whose fruit withereth without fruits, twice dead. Are you with me, Zach?
Uh-huh.
So now we just spoke about how you just said babies are born from water, right?
Correct.
So now I'm gonna jump to John chapter 3 verse 5. Jesus tells Nicodemus, no one can enter the kingdom of God without being born of water and spirit. Now, Zach, you just said babies are born from water. So why is Jesus telling Nicodemus that that's a qualification? Why is that like a rule?
Are you trying to make the point that maybe some people are born in some other process and not from a mother's womb?
So boom, stay with me. I'm jump to I'm still on Jude, the book of Jude, but I'm gonna jump to verse 6. I'm gonna start reading from verse 6. They're talking about the fallens. The angels which kept not fear first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath preserved everlasting change under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. They're talking about the fallens. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah, so they're comparing the fallen to Sodom and Gomorrah. So you're familiar with Sodom and Gomorrah, right, Zach?
Right. Yeah, obviously. Here, just since you brought up Sodom and Gomorrah, I have to go to one of my favorite mockery pieces in internet history. I just covered this the other day. This is one of my favorite gematria stories of all time. On the 54th day of the year, the FDA approved 54 sizes of condoms for anal sex. And the story came from Courtney Lias, or she was the FDA person that announced the 54 sizes of condoms on the 54th day of the year. But the best part about this is they said that the participants were ages 18 to 54. Hello, Jesuits. You flip up their logo upside down, it says shit. But they said 252 men participated in the condom tests. Sodom and Gomorrah, 252. 54 different sizes. Jeez. Yeah, so again, for everybody out there who thinks this stuff is some kind of joke, I mean, the joke is on you, but yeah. Yeah. All right, so yeah, Sodom and Gomorrah, obviously the town that gets punished with fire from the sky from gay sex, if you will. All right, go ahead.
but yeah, I'm gonna jump to Matthew chapter 8, verse 22. This is about Jesus. Jesus tells a man that wanted to bury his father before following Christ. Um, he says, "Let the dead bury their own dead." Now, why is Jesus telling this man to let the dead bury their own dead? Is he maybe? What do you think? Like, what? Why is why is Jesus saying to this man, "Let the dead bury the dead"?
I'd
So,
have to go back and read that whole story to see if I can understand the context. I don't know off the top.
if they're dead, how are they able to bury the dead? You know,
Right. Well, he speaks in riddles, right? So nothing he says is direct. Everything is a riddle. Everything's a parable.
okay. So I'm gonna stay on the book of Jude. Um, it says here, and he's talking about the fallen. These filthy dreamers devour the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities. You're with me?
Okay.
These are spots in your feast of charity when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, carried about winds, trees whose fruit withereth. So that they just said here, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. So are they trying to tell us that they're living among us? They're
I
they're
suppose. I suppose that's what that would imply. Yeah.
I mean, would you you know perhaps say that they're disguising themselves as humans? And I
Well,
mean,
th-
I mean,
they're supposed to look like us. They're supposed to have bred with human beings, the Nephilim. So I would imagine. I would imagine so. I think it's
but
like they live. That whole thing about Roddy Piper coming out and saying the movie's a documentary. Have you ever seen They Live?
yeah, I've watched They Live. I mean, what if these people? I mean, the Nephilims are hideous people. I mean, what if these people are literally disguising themselves as us, just so we don't see? Because if you really think about it, Zach, the human brain wouldn't, like, look at the movie They Live, for example, like you just mentioned. Like when someone put those glasses on, I mean, can you imagine the human brain can like a human would literally just pass out because the brain wouldn't register such imagery of just I mean, the Nephilims were warlocks, just hideous you're funny just pulling up these people. But yeah, just yeah, the Nephilims were hideous people. So I wouldn't be surprised if these people walking among us, these politicians, and Adam Silver, if these people are just disguising themselves as humans. I mean, it's in scriptures that, so I'm not pulling this shit out of my ass. It is in scripture. So they are telling us here that uh clouds they are without water. So if they are without water, so they are not born um you know in a woman's so
It is an interesting idea and question. Yeah, yeah. The Bible, it's so
but
open
if
to
you
interpretation.
okay, Zach, if you were a goyim and you just read that.
Well, technically, I am. So yeah, as a goyim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're an you're not your standard goyim. Let's just say that. But if you're just your average person was just reading that verse, what if you were just a regular person, you just read that right there, what would you think, without even getting the idea that we might have other species walking among us.
Yeah, put up the verse that you just said again. Let's get it on the screen and let's just read it together. What verse do you want us to read again?
Jude, chapter 6.
What verse?
Chapter 6.
Chapter 6. What verse? Just all chapter 6?
Yeah, start at chapter 6.
Okay. Oh, this search only gave me the first verse. And the angels who did not keep their positions of authority.
Click on read full chapter.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's that easy.
That's the wrong.
This is the New International Version.
Yeah, I'm not on. I don't know what.
You want the King James version? You want the King James?
Yeah, that's the one I'm. Yeah, that's the one I'm reading from the King James version.
All right, we're going to the Shakespeare mode.
All these Bibles, man.
That's the new King James version. Why?
You just passed it. You passed it like 3 times. You passed it 3 times.
All right, here we go. Is this an edited version, the 21st century King James version?
Man, yeah, right there.
Here's just the original. Here we go. They got a 21st century version. King James version. What'd they do with that one?
Chapter 6.
Okay, and what? Read the whole thing?
No. Command F to filthy dreamers. Start from there.
All right, so this is Jude 6, verse 8. So it'd be Jude 6:8.
Likewise,
all these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities. Yet Michael, the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses. Durst not bring against him a railing. Let me bring out my dictionary to figure out what the hell durst means. Durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuke thee. Can you imagine these people probably in Africa speaking like Shakespeare? I love how everybody thinks this is the real version. It's like, if you can't speak Greek, you don't know the real version. But these speak evil of those things which they know not, but what they know naturally as brute beasts, and those things they corrupt themselves. Woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the heir of Balaam for reward, and perished in the gainsaying of Kor. I'd have to read it from the top.
That next paragraph is that part I was just reading of. The next one. Yeah, these are
spots at your feasts of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, carried about of winds. Trees whose fruit withereth without fruit, twice dead, plucked by the roots. Clouds they are without water.
Yep. I mean, Zach, it's right there, Zach. These people that are born, so, it's right there, Zach. So, I don't know what that, I know what that means, but, I can't see it in flesh, but they can definitely see us in flesh, with them disguising themselves as humans and walking among us. Can you imagine like a LeBron James? It's not human. Like a Yao Ming.
Yao Ming. Man, he was soft. Yao Ming. Yeah. Roddy Piper, he had his take on it. David Icke has his take on it with the reptilians. It is interesting. It wouldn't shock me. So,
but yeah, why is Jesus telling that man, let the dead bury their own dead? Why is Jesus telling that man that?
let's ask the AI what it thinks it means. What does it mean when
Zach
Jesus
Zach
says
is
to
fully
let?
into the matrix. Zach is
No,
he's fully
I'm not saying this
Zach
is
is
right.
fully
Let's
bought
have the
in.
AI interpret it. Spiritual matters take precedence over all worldly concerns.
Man, the AI, man, I don't trust the AI anymore. Man.
No,
I don't trust
no,
the AI anymore, man. You trust the AI? I
no,
don't trust
not
it.
at all. I was just curious to say how it was going to interpret it.
Man, look at this AI response. He was not being harsh. Man, look. Who's programming this, man? These Indians. Anyways, hey,
Yeah, yeah,
anyways, man,
exactly. That is who's programming it. Just go to any of these big tech facilities and you'll see.
man. I used to like the Indian restaurant, man. But
I do like
I
Indian food. Indian food is my favorite food. I got to give them credit where it's due. Their
I
food is
do like
delicious.
that garlic naan. The garlic naan is
The naan bread is good. Yeah, hard if you're watching your
yeah,
carbs, but yeah, it's definitely good.
but you can't have it too much. That you can't have it too much. but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. Those Bible verses are pretty interesting. And anyways, you take care, Mr. Hubbard.
All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate the thoughts and observations. Think it,
Also,
Manny Louis.
Zach, I think you should release as you're editing, you should just release the notes early for the $20 tier, exclusively for the $20 tier, so we can just read them as you're editing. Because you said the Packers. They got
Yeah,
the stadium.
you should check Catford's in the stadium record. You've been all over it. Yeah, go look at their record at Lambeau and tell me that you don't see a number.
Okay, all right, Zach, you take care.
All right, yeah, take care.
Yeah.
I don't think there was ever a Super Bowl with the Chargers and the Eagles, so this record should just be as is. Eagles played the Patriots, now the Chiefs. All right. We got 2 AFC West games in Sunday night and Monday Night Football. All right, we got Kyoko. What's up, Kyoko?
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I just have a couple of questions. The first being, if someone was able to accurately predict all of these events with 100% accuracy, do you think it would be wise for them to tell anyone else or share what they found?
Well, if their ability to predict the events could, make the world a better place and wake people up from their slumber and where we're being taken to, I think it would be the ethical thing to do.
Interesting. You don't think there would be any
Anytime you
consequences
don't
to
do
that?
something out of fear of consequences, essentially the word for that is what? It
I
starts
don't know.
with C, and then the second letter is O, and then the third letter is W.
Do you think that would be being a coward?
Coward. Yes. Most people are. Most people are cowards.
Let's see.
Isn't that the definition of being a coward? Not doing the right thing because you're afraid?
I think so. But
It is.
how can you be certain it's the right thing?
Well, if you're right about what's going on and you're exposing it before it happens, I guess that'd be the right thing, wouldn't it?
I guess my question would have to be changed a little bit. If being able to predict 100% accurately meant
That'd
that
be
you
pretty
could predict
amazing. That'd be
anything.
pretty. I don't know if that is possible, but I suppose anything's possible. So.
Well, just hypothetically.
Okay.
If you could do that, being able to do that would also allow you to predict anything that can be numbered in any way.
Right.
Do you think you should share something like that with the world?
Yeah, of course you should. I mean, I've shared a million predictions, a lot of them correct and very important. And what's happened to me is being punished by the algorithm for being right. So, You know, it's part of what the problem is. I mean, we were screaming out in 2015 why people better wake up by 2020 because it'll be 19 years after their last major 19 ritual. And then what do you know? It's Cootie's 19. Called it out day one that Netanyahu came back, why there should be a major war starting in Israel while it's 75 years old around the time Israel turns 322, starts 2 days before that. Told people way in advance why Biden would be installed, why Trump would be installed, et cetera, et cetera. I think these things are important to call out. But the reality is it's not helping out. These sports futures, I mean, how many sports futures have we nailed? We've woken up a lot of people to how rigged the games are, but it's still not enough. So I think more people need to be calling out things that they understand are rigged and if they see what's to come.
Interesting. Well, I don't think I have any more questions, really.
Did you have some foresight on some things to come?
No.
Oh, okay. What were you trying to get at then with your question? What was the underlying point of asking that question?
I guess I'm just curious.
Okay. I think if anybody has information to share that can help the world make the world more free or more understanding of what's taking place, I think that the right thing to do is to share that information regardless of the consequences. I mean, how many people do you think didn't do the right thing because they felt threatened or were afraid something was going to happen? And had they shared it, you know, the world would be a better place. I bet that situation's come up so many times it's ridiculous.
That is true. Still, don't you think that something like that would be dangerous in the hands of ordinary people?
Well, I mean, the world is in the hands of dangerous people is the way I see it. And they do know what's
That
to
is
come
also
because they've got
true.
it planned out. They're making sure it happens. They're making sure their plans are achieved when they want them achieved.
And you are familiar with Manly P. Hall?
Yeah, he's who I learned about this information from.
Really? Oh my.
Secret Teachings of All Ages. Yeah, that's where he writes about this little thing of letters and numbers. He doesn't put a whole lot to it. He leaves it on the reader to research if there is any merit to it. And that's exactly what I did. I found out about this reading his book in 2013.
Have you read any of his catalog manuscripts?
I have a lot of his book. I've read a lot of his work.
A lot of it, really?
Yeah. I've even done streams reading from some of his short books.
Have you read anything from his Horizon catalog?
Horizon catalog?
Yes.
I don't think that doesn't sound familiar, so I don't think so.
Oh, he's written extensively. Also, the PRS journal. Have you read anything
Hold
from
on,
that?
I'm going to look these things up. Manly P. Hall, Horizon catalog.
Yes.
And what's the other thing? The PSR journal?
So it's the first link. Yes. And all of that is mostly written by Manly P. Hall on various subjects. There's a lot of information here, especially on gematria.
Interesting. So he ended up doing more work than just what's in that book.
He's done a lot of work.
What was the other thing you said? Manly P. Hall, PSR?
Oh, the PSR journal. So he's done the All Seeing Eye, he's done Horizon, and the PSR journal, the Philosophical Research Society journal.
PRS. Okay, PRS. All right.
He's also, have you read his book on black magic? It's
I'm not
specifically
100%
about black
sure.
magic.
I think I have. I think it's on my shelf. It's been I've read a lot of his stuff over the years, but it's been like a decade since I read a lot of it, so I have to go back and look at everything.
have you read his book specifically on mathematics?
I don't just mathematics. I don't think so.
It's very insightful.
Okay, I will look into that too.
But he does seem to have the answer to all the problems that we face today too. So if anyone is looking for or is lost about anything, he does offer a lot of insights.
Well, what did he say was
catalogs.
the actual founding of the United States? What did he say the organization was called?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Well,
Because
it's
when
funny.
he talks about
It right now either, but he asserts that the United States was founded by a secret society that had worldly ambitions.
he does say that too. He also says
Is
he
it the
says that
Order of the
Christopher
Quest? Is that what it's called? The Order of the Quest? Is that what it
Order of
is?
the Quest. I don't know if he calls him that. From everything I've been able to read, I mean, he has assigned different names to them, but I don't think he himself has assigned a singular name to them.
It's been a minute, but I'll have to go back and look. So
But,
I know he says their symbol is the phoenix.
Yeah, he has said that. And he said a lot of interesting things. But he did say he has given a lot of really strange insights and moments of histories that are just not in the history books in these Horizons and PRS catalogs. He almost talks about things that aren't in history as if they are facts. It's very strange.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a lot to know
How
here.
often do you engage with people and ask if they've heard of Manly P. Hall and they say they have?
Never.
Exactly. Isn't it sad?
does
This
not
guy that put
happen.
all this knowledge and information in the world and almost nobody knows his name.
That
Doesn't
is
come
true.
up anywhere in our education system. He's like forgotten. He's like a forgotten relic. However, he does have a society dedicated to him in LA. And when I was in LA, I found that none of the people that lived in LA knew that either. Everyone was like, what? I never knew that.
Really? They don't know about, wow.
Yeah, there's a building. There's a Manly P. Hall Research Society there, but very few people in the city are even aware.
He
You
even
know, he
talks
died
about his
201 days
life.
from his birthday. Are you familiar with all my research on 201?
So no, but I wouldn't say I came across it recently, but I just got into it and I started listening to you a little bit more. And so I'm not too familiar, but I do respect what
I
you
talk
do.
about 201 a lot, how it's the number of the people that rule over us. And he did die 201 days from his birthday. I wonder if he actually died naturally, or maybe they weren't too happy with some of the information he put out into the public. And
Well, he said in a book, I can't remember which one it is, that he is careful not to reveal all the mysteries due to his affiliation with certain people.
yeah.
It was a book. It had something to do with the secret teachings of all ages, but it wasn't the book. It was like a secondary version of that book. It is, in my opinion, it's better. Let me actually get the name of that book. If I can find it. I don't want to take up too much time. If I am taking up too much time, you can.
No, it's fine because no, you're an interesting caller. I do want the thing you asked me though. I wanted to hear what your thought was on that and why, because you asked me an interesting question, and I still don't exactly know why you asked me it, but I want to know what you thought.
In my opinion, I don't think it is too wise to share it with the public.
Because of potential consequences?
Not because of consequences that someone like myself would suffer or anything like that, but just because it is too insightful. it will only be used in terrible ways. It won't be used to revolt against those who are in power.
It would be used by the people in power. I see what you're saying. I got you.
Not only them, but if we share it, I wouldn't say if we share it, but if it was to be shared with common people, I don't think they would suddenly wake up and cast aside all of their vices and unite against a great evil. I think they would try and destroy themselves.
I see. I see.
I guess that's not too optimistic. And I could be wrong. Hopefully.
Well, there's all kinds of reasons to not be optimistic. So I hear your answer. I respect it.
Also, you will find another cipher somewhere in these catalogs. It's very interesting in the way that it is used. Also, do you know who Cheerio, the numerologist, is?
Cheerio?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Cheerio, the numerologist.
He's famous for Chaldean numerology, but him and Manly P. Hall, they had some kind of relationship. Manly P. Hall was a student of him when he was very young. He does talk about more of that in these catalogs. But Cheerio, he's been able to. He also talks about how numbers are behind the foundation of the United States and a bunch of different things. And he proves it, and he's been known because he's made a whole bunch of predictions for famous people and all that.
Yeah, it's very obvious that numbers are important to these people. Again, I was 18 years old when 9/11 happened, and that's how it all started for me. I was like, there's a lot of 11s in this thing. What's going on here with all the 11? It's like, oh, look at that. 11's the master number in numerology. Okay, we're off to a start. Looks like a master plan was executed. Oh, look at that. 11 years to the day of the father of the president, who used to be the president, who used to be the 11th director of the CIA. He pretty much called it out 11 years today. A new world order, a world free or a terror. Oh, the World Trade Centers and terrorism. Look how it all comes together. So, yeah, I don't know.
That is interesting.
I get it. How did you find Manly P. Hall?
I really don't know.
Just researching it, his name came across, looking into things.
I guess it would seem that way, yes.
Yeah, I was actually looking for what's the greater significance of numbers. Why would numbers be used in rituals? And just I found using the internet, I found some excerpts from the Secret Teachings of All Ages, and that's where I began my research. So.
Yes, numbers are definitely very interesting. I did not know you could use them in the way that you do. Not that you can use them for prediction, but the numbers that you end up using. I didn't know you could do that.
You definitely can. You definitely can.
You certainly can, but I think you are the only person to take any number you can find and find the pattern with it. The others, they take numbers from the places that they were told to take the numbers from.
Sure. Well, friend, is there anything else that you wanted to add today?
No, that's about it, unless you have a question for me.
No, I hope you call in again, though. I appreciate your thoughts and questions. All right, Kyoko, you take care.
You too.
All right, take care. Sounds like an intellectual. Those types are few and far between. We got King Rich back. What's up, Rich?
Hey, what's up, Zach? One more thing about 9/11. Have you ever heard of the verse Revelation 9:11?
Isn't that the one about Abaddon in the pit?
Yeah. Well, about in the Hebrew translation and Apollo in the Greek, right?
Yeah, Apollyon, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Abaddon equals 41, like how 9/11 happened all day with 41 day numerology, and Apollyon equals 110, like the World Trade Centers were 110 stories tall, and Osama bin Laden and Rockefeller all equal 110.
Yeah.
And Stanley Kubrick, I was watching one of your old videos talking about Stanley Kubrick. He did die a span of 920 days before September 11th, 2001. Manhattan equals 92. Of course, the Manhattan Project.
By the way, you guys, last night's game, the Giants, remember they lost to the Ravens right before 9/11, like Giants, giant towers, they come down from the flying objects like ravens fly in the sky.
Right.
But
Or
the
like
Giants, when they beat the Patriots the second time, it was the 92nd NFL season.
right.
Last night, the ref working the game, home teams became 9-2 with him working the game. And by the way, I mean, go back and look at that Super Bowl. Super Bowl 46, the Super Bowl's on February 5th in the 92nd.
Is that the one you were talking about last night?
In the 92nd season.
Right. Right. But yeah, he did die a span of 920 days before September 11th. And that is interesting because, Manhattan, as you just said, 92. You think about that in the Manhattan Project and all these type of things. But yeah, and Jesus, for anybody out there, again, Jesus is an allegory for the sun. If you just compare the sun, the teaching of the sun in the sky, and the Son of God, it's pretty obvious he's just an allegory or a reference to the sun. That's why they call him the Son of God.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people who, like that guy Elohim. That guy. I'm sorry, Zach. I'm gonna call him out. I mean, the guy just, he comes to these dumb conclusions. He thinks that Myles Garrett is Kobe Bryant. I mean,
well, he can think that all he wants, but you know what? He's on the Patreon every day making valuable contributions, and
right.
I call him the most improved decoder of the year. He's become quite good. So
yeah, I didn't care for when he went on CT's platform and was like, yeah, Myles Garrett is Kobe Bryant. I mean, that kind of just made us look stupid, right? I mean, to the sheep out there, they'd probably think, we all think this way. They probably think that me and you think that way.
He's been saying it all year, CT, that I'm teaching people that Kobe is Myles Garrett, which is not true. But
you said what? He said what?
No, CT's been telling that to his audience all year, that I teach people that Kobe's Myles Garrett.
Oh, he says that we say that.
No, but
yeah,
no, I won't knock Elohim. I like Elohim. He's the
well,
most.
It's just like when I got on there last year, Zach. It's like he's like, oh, tell us about Kobe Bryant, and I talk about Kobe Bryant and how he died at age 41 on his 157th day of his age, and I literally in Gematria, Kobe Bryant equals 157 as well as 41, like how he died on his 157th day of his age, like how his father will end up dying later on in history on the 15th of 7th month, 15/7. Of course, Jelly Bean equals 157. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that anybody needs any more verifiable information, and like that last caller, he was saying that you can't predict anything with this information. You sure can predict stuff with this information.
The last caller didn't say that.
I thought I heard him say that.
No, he didn't say that.
But for anybody out there who does say stuff like that, oh, you can't predict anything before it happens. Yes, you can. You can predict pretty much everything from me.
He was saying, like, if you can predict things, do you think you should? Because there might be consequences.
Oh, I mean, hey, again,
yeah, there might be. I mean, I predicted a lot of things, and the next thing you knew, I had my house ransacked and a car crashed through it on Christmas Eve. I mean, there can be consequences, but
right,
I'm still going. So
exactly, and that you see how people get scared and they don't want to speak out because they're scared. That's not really doing anything for nobody. I don't care if something might happen to me tomorrow. I could get shot in the head tomorrow, and something can happen to me very tragically. Again, I'm going to go out with at least somewhat of a fight, right? So,
yeah,
I'm not going to just go out and just tuck my head like a turtle and not speak out. If I see the writing on the wall, I'm going to speak out about it. And I've been doing it for probably longer than 5 years. I've been doing it for over since I was 13. So yeah, I seen what a joke it was. This was around the time Trump got installed the first time, and I was just seeing how dumb people are just uh, worshiping this guy like he's some kind of god.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is mental illness. We're gonna let the cheesy car salesman, the guy who can't even run a casino right, we're gonna let this guy become the leader of the nation, supposedly the free nation, which we're not. But yeah, it is a joke. It is a joke that people can't see, and it's 2025, and it's sad people still can't see through Donald Trump. So they're supporting him, cheering him on. But yeah. So, all right, Zach. Hey, appreciate it for having me on. Thank you. Yeah, I just want to talk about Revelation 9:11 because I seen that. I'm like, what are the odds? And yeah, I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I have it right here. It equals 110, and that's how I found this information too. Like when I first found your work, just to make it really quick, when I found your work in 2020 after Kobe died, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was skeptical. I was like, what about numbers and stuff like this, right? Because I always knew they were doing something with numbers, right? But I went home that day after I watched a few of your videos about Kobe Bryant passing away, and I went down on a notebook and pen and paper, and I wrote down the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5. What is E to 2600? And did the Pythagorean gematria version of that, compressing the digits down to a smaller digit. And I wrote it down, Kobe Bryant. I saw that it equaled 113. I did the mathematics on my phone. I had the calculator. Did it another time. I kept doing it over and over. I went to the calculator, the gematria calculator. I typed it in. I'm all, okay, it equals 41, and it also equals 41. I write it out. What are the odds of that? He dies at 41. Don't even get me started on the 113 thing. But yeah, the 41, and then the name of the helicopter pilot, his name equals the same thing as Kobe Bryant. His initials are A and 26, AZ. Like how he dies on 126, like how Gianna Bryant equals 126, and they die on January 26th. Again, guys, it is what goes on every day. It's not just Kobe, but it goes on in the world of entertainment each day. And if you're paying attention, this is what goes on. So I am always grateful that I found your work, and I wish I would have learned this a little bit sooner, but I'm always grateful for when I found the information when I did. So thank you, Zach. Appreciate that.
All right, buddy. Better late than never. Plus, you found out as a young guy. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rich. Take care, man.
All right, you too.
All right. We got Randy. We got Def Benoj. Sorry, I can't say it. And then we got Eloy back, no doubt, to defend his honor. What's up, Randy?
Yo, what's going on, Zach?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Nah, I actually just want to even get your opinion on this whole, even what the last call was talking about with the whole, I guess, like the whole Kobe Bryant sacrifices thing. But what do you think? Even though we kind of know already the whole Kabbalah piece and the dark side with the clip off, what do you think is so? What is actually they're kind of using with the whole black magic thing to make people just die instantly like that whenever it needs to be done?
I mean, I don't have the answer for that. We observe what happens. I mean, how many of these are black magic, and how many are the cops did it, and then that detail never got released? Unlike the two recent young football players who died, where it did come out that they were essentially involved with the police. So
Right. And another thing, it's just that for all these things to obviously line up how perfect it does, even with the Marshawn Nealon thing.
It's just like you see the thing about Donna Summer last night.
Yeah. I did.
That's the power of nostalgia, guys. I mean, we were talking about that live in the Patreon stream. So I was watching the game while we were doing Patreon. I'm like, wait a minute, they're featuring the player in a Donna Summer t-shirt. Like, why would some young guy who's probably never even heard Donna Summer in his life have on a Donna Summer? And then we look at her, we're like, look at this. She died right after the Super Bowl. We're only talking about Super Bowl 46, the over under at 46.5. Like, she died right after Super Bowl 46. Oh, look how perfect it all lines up. I mean, it's sick, you guys. And it just goes to show. We've been saying this for years. You see this stuff these guys wear into the stadium, the clothes, the people on their shirts. We've talked about these rituals a million times. Colin Kaepernick's in Chicago on the anniversary of Fred Hampton's death, and he's got his Fred Hampton t-shirt on, and you can say, well, maybe he knew to put that on. But then next thing he's leading the kneeling protest movement. And the next thing you know, Mr. Marshawn Nealon's dead after scoring a touchdown on Colin Kaepernick's birthday just a few days earlier. I mean, anyway, go ahead, Randy. You still there, Randy? What happened to Randy? Yeah, you're Randy. What's up?
Hello?
Yeah. What's up, Randy? Somehow he can't hear me now. I don't know what happened. Randy, just reconnect. Reconnect, Randy, because for some reason you can't hear me. When Randy, I'm going to kick Randy out, but Randy, when you come back, just come back in, and I'll let you jump back in here. Def and Hosh, what's up? What's up, Def and Hosh?
All right, Zach. Just wondering, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to say, first off, thank you for your work. I'm a huge supporter of what you do. I basically live in Canada, so I live in the province of Alberta. If you haven't been like aware of what's like going on in Alberta, Alberta is considered the Texas of Canada, and apparently there's like a huge separatist like movement here in the province because a lot of people want to leave Canada because they think that Alberta is just better off being independent republic or part of the states. But what's pretty interesting is Canada currently is it's 158 years old, and Freemasonry equals 158. Jesuits were informally recognized in Paris, France on August 1534. But basically, next year, Canada is going to turn 159 years old, and Donald Trump equals 159. And apparently, there's going to be a separation referendum in Alberta in like 2026. So I'm thinking, I think there's like a very high likelihood it could happen because, I mean, from the research I've done, Canada is basically just all of Canada is basically just a Jesuit province. And it appears like the Jesuits, they want to like, tear down borders and, just make Canada and USA into one. And I think it's possible if Alberta leaves Canada first off, and then I think the rest of Canada follows because Alberta is the richest, it's the wealthiest province in Canada, and that's just because of like, just like all the oil. And a lot of Albertans are like really angry and pissed off with Ottawa because there's something called equalization payments, and like basically like it's just a program by the federal government where like the rich provinces, they have to like give money to the poor provinces, so it makes every province on like equal footing. But like over the last the province, I mean, the program, it started I think in like 60s, 70s when Pierre Trudeau was prime minister, and Pierre Trudeau's full name, it equals 201, just like Jesuit order. And Pierre Trudeau was Jesuit educated. He went to College de Jean Brebeuf. Same thing with his son Justin Trudeau. And as we witnessed in like last year's Canada's election, Canada went from one Jesuit educated prime minister to another Jesuit educated prime minister, Mark Carney. And what's pretty interesting as well is Alberta equals 59. Freemasonry equals 59. Alberta also equals 187, just like Society of Jesus equals 187. But I was thinking to myself, a possible referendum date in Alberta, I think, would be April 16, 2026. And the reason why I think that is because that's 59 days. That's 59 or 60 days before Donald Trump's birthday, June 14, 2026. Alberta, once again, equals 59. Donald Trump equals 60. The date, April 16th, you could rearrange it as 16/4, and, Pope equals 164. Our current premier is currently Danielle Smith, and she equals her name in the Gematria calculator equals 59. And I wrote, instead of Premier Daniel Smith, I wrote Governor Daniel Smith, and equals 322, which is the skull and bones number. And our current Prime Minister, Mark Carney, his birthday is March 16th, 2026, and from March 16th to April 16th is a span of 30 or 31 days, and 31 is the 11th prime. So, and that's the master number. So I think it's a possibility Alberta could separate from Canada because, like, once again, obviously the Jesuits, they want to bring about their new world order. I was just calling in to like get your thoughts. You think it's a good decode, or you think like there's something I'm missing?
Well, whether it's the day you have or not, I think that is the direction of things. And I think that's why they have Puppet Trump go out there and suggest the idea that we want to annex Canada. And again, New World Order, I feel like in the future, the whole world will be essentially under one currency, one major government, one world court. So it's just a matter of time. Will we live to see it? How far off are their plans? Are they closer than we think? I mean, these people do move at a snail's pace, but then we see how things can happen in the snap of fingers too, like after a 9/11 or a Cooties 19. So
Yeah. Also, one thing, I think I remember reading in your book, Number Games. You obviously you said it in like your first book, Letters and Numbers, how like you have Washington D.C., which is the headquarters for the military for the cabal, and then you have the Vatican, and then you also have the City of London Corporation inside London. But I was also thinking of New York City as being a potential capital of the world, because obviously you got the United Nations headquarters in New York, and basically like I think the UN is probably going to be like the next world government if the New World Order happens. But also, what's pretty interesting about that date is like from April 16th, 2026 to November 12th, 2026. That's a span of 211 days, and that's the 47th prime. And Trump equals 47. So I'm thinking I think that could be the date of the separation referendum. And if it does happen, I think there's probably a chance that Alberta will leave Canada, and Canada as we know it is just gonna crumble because once again it's gonna turn 159 years old on July 1st, 2026, and 159 goes to Donald Trump.
okay, well, it is interesting. I'll keep in mind those dates you put out there for this coming spring. So appreciate it.
Okay,
Thank you.
sounds good. Have a good one.
All right, take care, man. All right. This whole thing is just dumb too. I mean, the attacking Venezuelan ships that are supposedly bringing drugs in the country when our own CIA does that, and then now the big thing is, did they order the double tap? I mean, I hate, and then you just know everyone around the water coolers talking about this today. If you're in the office, people are. That's how you just see that everybody's under mind control. They're all talking about the same things. Who cares if they ordered the double tap? Just the first one is the actual problem. The fact that we're supposedly shooting down ships from another country, and Trump's now threatening to do drone strikes within the country. Who ordered the double? I mean, Jesus. I mean, stop. Hold on, Elohim. I'm going to go to you, but Randy's back. What's up, Randy?
Yeah, what's going on? There? My thing got cut out, but yeah. Last time I remember you were talking about the whole Donna Summer piece. But yeah, it's crazy how they tie all those things together with the sacrifices, and it seemed like these people are either born to be sacrificed, or the shit is just always so perfect.
It's like they're used like their property, and then when they're no longer useful, she's
Exactly.
63. She's not attractive. We don't need any more disco records from her. Her numbers are just right. she fits the
Exactly.
matchup this season. And again, I mean, she has all the numbers, right? Her name equals
Right.
137. The Giants went 13-7. She dies on the 137th day of the year. And just the way how they line it up all these years later,
All these years later.
she dies 102 days after the Super Bowl. Her birth name equals 102. And they have a Patriot wearing this on his shirt before the game while they're talking about him, while their record is 10-2. I mean, come on.
And it's just, yeah, they do these disrespect. You know, it's funny. I was even looking at your old work. I believe they did on Winnie Houston. And it was like an old post you had did when you brought up the fact that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode, on the 42nd episode, they referenced in the beginning how Jazz, Will's best friend in the show, his cutout board, he brought up how his Winnie Houston cutout board drowned in the shower. And that was the 42nd episode. That was the 42nd episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Obviously, she died on the 42nd day of the year in the shower. And and that episode came out like 92 or so, I think. So again, yeah, it just so again, it's like for 20 plus years they knew they was gonna sacrifice her on that day. It seems like it was already set in stone, and the way she was gonna die too. Or is that these people are even really dead? Really?
Yeah. They're good questions. I mean, it's hard to say. So,
I don't know if you saw too. They had reported this morning how a lion mauled a man to death at a Brazil zoo, and the guy's name equaled 87, like how Cowboys equals 7, and they're playing Lions are playing Cowboys this Thursday
and we've had some NFL games in Brazil.
on some Brazil. And what's funny too is that game on Thursday is going to be on Jay-Z's 56th birthday.
After we started the year on Beyonce's birthday.
On Beyonce's birthday.
4-4, pause the clock for the lightning strike.
The lightning strike. And then, obviously Beyonce was in the new 2019 Lion King movie as Nala. And then she did the soundtrack. And yeah, so it's it honestly, like, it's fucked up, but it amazes me how they somehow tied this whole stuff together every single day.
Yeah. Indeed.
Well,
all right. Appreciate it, Randy. Good thoughts.
No
All
problem.
right, take care, man. All right, Elohim is back to defend the honor. I hope the audio is clear. What's up, Elohim?
Yo, man, why is God? You can hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Why that guy coming out here talking shit, man? Like what? Like
that's the downside of King Richard, man. He does do good with decode, but he's always got to start a fight with everybody. So it's like I don't know what that's part of his personality type.
I don't know, man. Just a weird individual, weird human being. He probably sounds like he was explaining his Kobe Bryant decode to a woman, and she thought it was weird. So, anyways, Zach, the quote, the truth is stranger than fiction. The gematria of Death Faker has that 79 like murder, so.
Man, speaking of the truth is stranger than fiction, I was watching this new hit Apple TV show last night, Final Frontier or something, and this guy starts talking about how it's his fault that his daughter died. It's because of what he does. And then all of a sudden the girl goes, "What's your daughter's name?" And I was like, he better not say his daughter's name is Ruby. And then it comes out of his mouth that his daughter's name is Ruby. And he just explained that his daughter died at 9. I just had to pause it right there and just go. I look at the clock. It's 9 p.m. It's exactly 9 p.m. I'm like, what in the hell?
That's trippy.
It creeped me out because in my mind I was like, his daughter's name better not be Ruby. It's funny. It's weird how the life is. It's like I never know so many people have the name Ruby until I named my daughter Ruby. Now I feel like it's such a common name, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, to just address to that guy with that whole Kobe Bryant comment, man. Like I said, man, you don't have to believe, what I believe in. We're all here on Earth, just trying to figure it out. But you don't have to believe what I believe in. But like I said, the truth is, stranger than prediction. It just sounds like he's Kobe Bryant was his idol. So it sounds like he's still holding on to the memories of Kobe Bryant. So he needs to let Kobe Bryant go. He might be worshiping, literally an actor on a stage. So
All right, but here's the takeaway for you. What he did to you is kind of like what you did to Matthew. It's similar.
yeah, but Matthew, I mean Zach, the amount of time that Matthew came on there, this is a lock, this is a lock, this is a lock, and they're literally not coming in until he hits one, and then you can't come on there. I mean, I've learned my lesson coming on there saying something is a lock. I would never say that again. We see great narratives, blow all the time. So that just pissed me off because I listened to him one day and then I lost money and I don't know. I was just heated that day. But anyway, you guys have a good night.
Yeah. All right, man. All right, take care. Here, I gotta get my daughter in a second, but I'm gonna show you this. We decoded this last night in like 5 seconds flat, just seeing this guy in this Donna Summer thing. But now that they got some explanation through the AI of why he was wearing this shirt to celebrate his big payday, here, Super Bowl 46 day. Look how wicked this stuff is, you guys. And all the critics are like, I bet you look so hard. I bet you spent so long to find these connections. Like, nope, I never spent so long. If it was like that, I would have never been interested. It was just that as soon as I found out about it and started looking at things, I was like, whoa, I got a whole new perspective on this. Donna Summers, Queen of Disco, died May 17th, 137th day of the year after the Giants went 13-7. Hold up. Can we see? That's their regular season record. The Giants had to win 4 in the playoffs and became 13-7 by. Here, let me pull it up on Super Bowl 46 on Football Reference because that'll show their total records. There it is. Giants, when they won the Super Bowl, were 13-7. I bet there's something deeper about it, though. Is it 1963, the year that a million NFL teams were founded, too? Because she died at 63. Is that like the year the Patriots joined the league and a whole bunch of teams? No, they joined in 60. Go back and check that out. I know the Chiefs moved from the Dallas Texans to the Kansas City Chiefs in 63. But okay, look at this. So she dies 102 days after the Super Bowl. And again, that's her birth name. And last night when they did this ritual, the Patriots were 10-2 coming into the game. Donna Summer, her birth name. Let me pull up what it is again. I forget what her birth name is. I mean, in 63, it's not all that old, it's not all that old. Not all that old. I can't tell you how many times we've been showing things like this, celebrity deaths before the game, after the game. The connection's not always super clear, but like in her case, she's from the Boston area where the Patriots are located, who were supposed to win the game, who got upset. And we all know where 102 factors in with 9/11 and how all this stuff happened after 9/11, the Patriot Act, and all of a sudden the Patriots are so great with the guy with the dad bod who runs a 40-second 40. Here, her birth name, Donna Adrian Gaines. And the word Donna alone also has a lot of overlap with Monday Night Football. But yeah, boom, 102 right there. And don't forget that, that number has not such a nice connection with Black history, too, because slavery and the N-word got the 102. Because the American Civil War starting on the 102nd day of the year. But, yeah, Donna Summer, her artist name. 137. Dead on May 17th, typically the 137th day of the year after the Giants go 13-7, winning the Super Bowl. And just so you know, all the information I plugged in for football, I mean, I'm like a third of the way there because now I have to analyze it all. I still have to put in all the player stats. Probably not even a third of the way. I'm probably like a quarter of the way. And then the other half of the battle is just reading all the articles and following what's going on in the news. What's the phrase Queen of Disco equal anyway? Queen of Disco. 133 like football? Okay. Football. Queen of Disco. So that's also where it ties in. And by the way, the Patriots did pick up the 106th home win of the year for all teams in the 106th season last night on Monday Night Football, closing out Week 13. I didn't know Gematria back when Super Bowl 46 happened, but I have a feeling there were probably a ton of deaths for that Super Bowl just because, you know, Genesis 46 is about sacrifice and sacrifice is 46. Have to go back and look at all the celebrities that died in the months leading up to the Super Bowl and after, but, you know, I never realized that Donna Summer was part of this until last night when I said, well, wait a minute. Here, let's look at one more thing, actually. Since they all these years later, they say that he's getting the big contract, so he wears... She Works Hard for the Money. That was a big hit song, too. For everyone who doesn't know who Donna Summers is, you've definitely heard her songs, like that Hot Stuff song. That's probably her biggest hit. She Works Hard for the Money. Oh, no! They became 11-2 last night, you guys. He said he wore the AI says he wore the shirt for that album in tribute to his contract. National Football League is 122, and they became 11-2 last night in Mike Vrabel's 112th game. Come on. This is why I actually wanted to decode to see if there's more to it, and not by surprise, there is. Oh my God. I think this word red pill, I think we are the only red pill channel on the internet. That's what I think. I think all these other red pillars are phonies. And then the other way makes sense too, because National Football League is 122. You know, it was already December 2nd at the Vatican, too, while this was going on. That game was over. It was well into December 2nd. Wicked. You know, Aaron Rodgers, one of the faces of the league. Today's his birthday, 12-2. Let's look at one more thing. Let's look at how old he was when she died. He would have just been a kid. And I think a lot of these guys are born and bred to be. Christian Gonzalez. All right. By the way, yesterday was 156 days after his birthday, like 9/11's the 156 prime. He played at Colorado and Oregon. There's 5 states that equal 38. Those are 2 of them. I need to go get my daughter. Shoot. June 28th, she died May 17th. So she died 42 days before his birthday. The Super Bowl 42 was Super Bowl 46 was the rematch of 42. They both were the Giants beating the Patriots with 17 points in both games, just like last night. The Patriots were up 17-0 early. Man, he was 9 years old. He was almost 10. He was almost 10 as the Patriots won their 10th straight last night. Come on. And you know what else is interesting about 42 days before his 10th birthday? When you spell out 10, it equals 42. Patriots won their 10th straight. Their quarterback this year is number 10, Drake May, who, by the way, became 9-11 for his career on the anniversary of the Patriot Act. Yeah, 9-11 on the anniversary of the Patriot Act for the Patriots quarterback. Last night he became 14-11, like King Charles' birthday. Shout out to Elohim. Elohim was calling that out for weeks, that if he ended up becoming 14-11, New England, King Charles with the 14-11 birthday, the 14th of November. You know what? Just about doing this on December 1st. Again, 121 has a square root of 11. Last night, the Patriots got their 11th win and the Giants got their 11th loss. But, blood sacrifice is 121. So. Where did this kid grow up? Carrollton, Texas. I want to look more into that town. All right. I do got to go get my daughter. Thank you to all you guys. I can't believe. Oh, hold on. Itachi wants to jump in here, and then King Rich wants to come back on real quick. But you guys got to be quick because I do got to go get my daughter. What's up, Itachi?
Hey, Zach. I'll be quick. Yeah, in light of all the 10-10 stuff you were just talking about, I see, according to Google AI, the 76ers haven't started 10-10 in 10 years. So, just with that revelation theme.
10-10 in 10 years. What do you think about the AI when you ask it if you could rig an NFL game? What do you think about its answer?
That's hilarious. It reminds me of how ChatGPT changed like its answer on you, kind of. It's like, oh yeah, there's something valid. He has good points.
After I addressed how positive it was, all of a sudden it was very negative in like record time. It was crazy.
Yeah, there's definitely someone like trolling, seeing it once you react and then they change it. It's almost like when the sound was off and then we all mention it and then it's like, okay, now the audio is fine. That was like a
Can you imagine it answering that it's impossible to rig a game? I mean, how's that even an intelligent answer? I mean, games have been for a long time.
Yeah, did it actually say the word impossible or was it like impractical?
Wait a minute. It says that the rigging of sports is a felony. Well, we got a lot of felons that are just getting away with murder every day.
Too bad on the tax filings. It's filed as entertainment, like for IRS purposes and all that. So it's not like a legitimate game. It's entertainment.
Yeah, that would probably be the legal fallout.
The loophole. Yep, always some 113 semantics. But did you ever? You're just talking about this date 12/2 and this NFL stuff. There's an NFL player. I think he's born 12/20. Christian Wilkins. Did you see how he stopped playing in the NFL?
No, I didn't.
All right, it's nothing too urgent, but they said like he kissed his teammate's forehead. He was on the Raiders. He had like a 4-year, $100 million contract, but I don't know if it was some kind of shaming ritual. I never looked into it that far. I just know he has that 12/2 birthday, like the National Football League. And he kind of grew up in like a Blind Side story. Like, caretakers were killed and raised by, a random white family and made it to the NFL. So I just thought that was interesting. If you could, ever get time to see what happened to Christian Wilkins and get released from the Raiders. And I never talked to you about that Houston game against Syracuse. You saw it went to overtime. It was like the Carmelo Anthony's son playing against Houston, 911 days since he retired. It was like a big upset shot. But, yeah.
And funny enough, that was on the day where I talked about the whole Saudi Arabia 41-179 thing too.
Yep. One of those close ones, just right at the buzzer, overtime. And I did. What's it called? Cash in on that Wizards game you called yesterday. So just another thing to think about. Like when the NFL is on, I feel like they're sometimes giving out those nice upsets in the NBA. There were a few of them So
yeah, the Wizards made a lot of sense to upset, and so did Dallas. Boom.
yeah, I actually missed that Dallas one. That was a
I didn't
great
even
call.
see any reason for the Nuggets to win at all yesterday. I couldn't even find anything for the Nuggets, and the Dallas was 11.5-point underdog.
Yeah, no, that was an amazing call. And the hockey, you've been on fire, like swept a few days. So yeah, people are sleeping on hockey, but you definitely got me to look at it. And then I do love college basketball. There was one game earlier today between the Buccaneers from Charleston Southern and UT Martin, and they went 6-2. The Buccaneers number. So, someone asking in the chat, what about college basketball? Yep, they use it all the time. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Zach. Appreciate
The
you, man.
game is rigged, and it's very possible and provable. All right, Itachi. Appreciate it, man.
Yep. See ya.
All right. And now for the main event that everybody's been waiting for. King Richard versus Elohim, but then I got to get my daughter. I'm going to let both of you guys hash it out real quick. See if we can.
Look, man. Look, you still believe that Kobe Bryant is Myles Garrett. I don't believe none of this shit.
Bro, I don't.
Bruh.
That's not
Stop
something
it. I
I
already
can
know.
prove.
Look,
That's not.
your points are invalid.
Anyway,
Bruh,
look,
bruh.
man. Amen. Look, man. Amen. I'm not even. I didn't even come on here to talk about that, Zach.
Bruh. That's where you start
Zach.
with, bruh.
Zach. I
Rich,
really
you got to
came on here.
stop beefing with everyone. I had to do this with Elohim because he was trying to start a beef too with somebody. But again, both you guys do good work. I also disagree with Myles Garrett being Kobe, but that doesn't make me dislike Elohim. He's still very Kobe.
I mean, that's just a stupid argument,
Zach.
right? That's just a dumb argument.
Zach.
Kobe Bryant is Myles Garrett with no proof.
Zach. You were just talking about how you can take these people to court, right?
Well, they're saying it's a felony.
I mean, can't you? Case in point. A couple of weeks ago, the Kansas City Chiefs were underdogs. I mean, think about it. They're putting a line out saying this team should win and this team should lose. Now, if we can go to court and show them the numbers, a system that they implemented, can we bust them on the same shit that they're using to fuck the public over every day?
I think if they went to court, they would fall back on the. Well, it says right here on our tickets that this is just an entertainment spectacle.
Well, yeah, it's considered sports entertainment.
And then they will be exposed.
How would they be exposed?
They've been exposed.
Sports entertainment.
They've been exposed. The only people that don't understand at this point are people who don't want to understand it.
Right, exactly.
Okay. I mean, that was all. But anyways, King Richard, man, I got nothing against you, man. It is what it is,
I mean, I don't either. I just don't like when you're coming in here like, bro, that's your first time.
You don't think they kind of look alike? Maybe even related.
Oh, I mean, I just don't like how you said I'm a fan of these guys. I'm not a fan of any of these guys.
Hey,
So
man,
that's one lie.
It sound like Kobe Bryant. You that was your idol. So
how was he my idol? I didn't care for Kobe Bryant. I thought he was overrated. It was overhyped.
Did you find the work through his death?
Yeah, I did.
So if your favorite player died and you went,
he wasn't my favorite player though. That's the thing.
Okay, so what made his death go and make you look up?
Because I thought it was interesting. That's why, and I knew they were doing something with numbers. That's why.
Okay. It's okay. You don't have to. It's okay. You still have an ego, but it's all right. You take care.
All right, guys. Yeah, it's better to just work together. Both of you are trying to help out the community.
I mean, I'm not trying to start shit, but I'm just saying, come on, man. You're going to make assertions like that. You better have some evidence, right?
Well, I feel like you were trying to start some shit. But, yeah, I think it is better if you can't prove something, if you don't have.
Just leave it alone. It's just like the same thing I told Kinfolk. You can't prove that clothing drill. He got
see the lesson for Elohim is, and it's fine for him to think that Myles Garrett's Kobe, but the lesson is that community that you present that to, that's all they fall back on, and they've used that as a talking point probably no less than 100 times in the last year. Right. So if you give people an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah, they'll take a mile.
And,
right.
I mean, there's still a chance though that Myles Garrett is Kobe. He could be right. It'd be a hard thing to prove. I mean, they're younger.
Right. Yeah, I just try to stick to things that you can logically prove on paper. I mean, the guy's name equals 41, dead at 41. That was on the Pope's 41st day of his age. I mean, that's provable enough right there,
Yeah.
And again, I like to speculate that maybe, Kobe Bryant did fake his death. I mean, that's a possibility, but I don't have any proof of that. So,
yeah. All right.
Appreciate that.
You got to
Appreciate
forget my
that.
daughter. I'm running late, but hey,
All right.
thank you, you guys, for being so generous. This is probably the worst live stream I ever did, but I might just start doing this every week if you guys want to call in and ask things, because I do sit here a lot of the hour. I mean, I'm doing this all morning for the sports. I'm doing this for the NFL weekly. I can't wait till NFL season's over.
Yeah.
It is a lot. So anyway,
Right. I'm sure it is. Yep. I appreciate it, Zach. Thank you.
all right, guys. Again, thanks again to everyone who hit the like. I don't know if you want to like or share this video. This wasn't the greatest. I mean, there were some good calls. It's just pretty boring watching me decode sports. But you guys want to live stream? This kind of live stream you get. This channel is so far down in the gutter. I'm just embarrassed to even open up the YouTube page and see how bad the analytics are. I mean, that's just the reality. It's like it's the worst part of my day. Oh my God, that video didn't even get 1,000 views. Jesus, this gets worse by the day. So I'm not even motivated to open up the page. Thank you very much, Logan. Logan, stop doing that. Save your money for your son, man. I appreciate the support, though. But you're a great supporter. And you guys, UTTV, him and Austin doing a great job every weekend. So, all right, guys, have a good rest of your day, and until next time.